There we go. Hello everyone, it is ENVtuber. Hopefully you're having a wonderful day today. Let me unmute the game. There we go. So that you can hear it. I turned on directional audio in game. It just made everything sort of louder and cleaner. I was like, oh, very nice. I didn't realize directional audio wasn't on, but hello everyone, it is ENVtuber. Hopefully you're having a wonderful day. We're back with Vintage Story because we've got to carry on exploring. Where are we? Where are we even going? It's a bajillion miles away. 25,000 blocks. It's going to be a long, chill, slow stream probably, because we've got a lot of traveling to do, and it's December, so it's cold. It's kind of nice, don't get me wrong. It's rather pretty, but it is just cold and dark a lot of the time, which is a bit of a shame. We have our elk, so we don't need to worry too much. I need to bring a lot of food. You'll notice I'm not at the usual house. So what I've done is the usual house is... Ooh, okay. Sorry, it just felt a little framey loading that. Usual house is over here. I went and moved to an island because I wanted to. Except... Okay, so a bunch of bighorn sheep were like spawning on this island. There was nothing at first, and then they started spawning because obviously they wouldn't spawn if you're not around. It would just load more. But as I started like being here more, they started spawning more. I'm like, oh, I shall grow them. I shall raise them. And then we got a little lamb. I think this one's pregnant again, so we'll start like getting little lambs and progressing from there. But I don't know. I just wanted to like make a bigger house. It's still very, 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 very early. You can sort of see a rough layout. It's kind of hidden by the snow now. But I've been working on that just on my own because I like to. I went super far south because I wanted to discover like warm biome stuff. Hence why I've got little Mediterranean cypress saplings, which are very fancy little trees. I did have 3 saplings and they grew up, and then I like broke their leaves hoping to grow the amount of trees I could have, and instead the number went down, which has me scared. So I might need to go and try and find more. I found one singular ebony tree, and this is actually what I was searching for most. I wanted to find ebony to like make fancy stuff. I don't know, it's jittery. Maybe it's something when I'm streaming. Let me interface. No, I'd assume no, it'd be under graphics, wouldn't it? But it should be limited somewhere, I think. I have no idea. I'm now thrown off by all these settings. I'm like, huh? Good of view 100, that's max FPS. Yeah, so it should be limited on its frame rate. I just noticed stuttering weirdly, which I don't get when I don't stream, but I'm like, this isn't a very like heavy game to stream, so I don't know why there would be weird issues. But anyway, so I was debating on what to do today. I was either going to do more Elden Ring. I do need to do more Metal Gear, and I do have plans for that. I just wasn't quite in the mood to I haven't been in the mood to set up the PS3. That's the biggest issue. So I need to tidy up cables and everything. I just can't be bothered. It's the same with the PS4. I need to set up. I need to see what firmware that's on, because I might have to try finding an older one if I want to do a 60 FPS Bloodborne stream, or I can acquire a PC version. But I'm like, I quite like it when I have console games on console. But yeah, so I've been developing this little island slowly. I've been like, huh, I'll make a little port down. Oh my god, I forget the glider on this. It doesn't quite play the way it does on Minecraft. Absolutely gorgeous. Like, it looks super techy and cool. I love that it folds out, folds back in. Super nice. But you drop like a rock with it, and you can pick up speed. Ooh, are these dead? Not yet. So one of the things I did find actually while exploring south were cherry trees, lychee trees, and olive trees. Olive trees I know need to be somewhere warm. Cherry trees can technically survive around this area, but you have to sort of plant them at a good time, and 2 of mine died, which has me hesitant to try anymore. Also got a bunch of terra preta, so the best soil, because my plan was to grow a bunch of rice and then make a bunch of booze, because that should be anyone's plan. Why not, you know? But unfortunately I started growing the rice a little late, and it takes a long while to, as well as these crops, it takes a long while for rice to grow. And it must, I think it's got 10 stages, so it's one of the longer grains. And it got to like stage 9 and then it got cold quickly. And then it just started. It didn't die, but there was a huge reduction in stuff. Sunflowers also, they've got 12 stages, so these eventually died. They were doing really well. But then it got, again, like, it got cold really quickly. So I'm like, oh, okay, I guess they'll just be dead. And I'll wait for spring when everything warms up to sort of try replanting them. I might need to wait a little longer than spring because they require not really warm, but decently warm. There's like a little pond under here. So much snow. But one thing I noticed being on this island, and I guess from the height, is up here, it's minus 14 degrees Celsius. Like up by my house level, minus 14. But if I fly down... Oh, I've got to be careful because I can do a lot of damage from like gravity, like full damage. Really hurts because armor doesn't block any of that. But yeah, down here where like the trees are, and the reason the trees are down here, -6, -7. So it's like it ranges from 7 to 10 degrees warmer down on sea level rather than being up high, which is absolutely nuts. It's kind of like, okay, it's nice that I've got my house up there, but if I want to grow anything, it's also why these are decently down low. If I want to grow anything, I have to put it down low. Otherwise, the temperature just gets too cold. But even when it's warm, it gets warmer, but it'll still be significantly colder up here than it is down there. But anyway, that's just what I've been doing. A few little things. I want to set up a steel furnace. What is it? A carburization furnace for making steel. But I want to set up a bunch of stuff. I just got to actually build this house out. Hence why these are just dirt walls. And all this is actually just dirt squished together. Because I'm like, okay, we'll create the basic shape. And once I've got other materials, I've got these peridotite ashlar blocks. Very, I was going to say very expensive, very resource intensive to make ashlar blocks. Or like actual stone blocks. Which is why I'm thinking... There's granite over here, and I might try excavating, so it won't be peridotite, but it'll be like granite around, but in like nice block form rather than sort of squished together earth. Okay, what we'll need is a bunch of food. Just tons and tons and tons of food. Because if we're going far, it's going to be hella costly. There we go. Do that on our hunger. And I'm going to need to bring the armor, but I shouldn't wear the armor for the most part. I'm honestly wondering what the village is going to look like, because from what I've read, there's like nothing crazy. Nothing really crazy. Ooh, I'm already getting like hunger. That's because I'm wearing the chain. It just makes me so hungry so quickly. And the cold makes you hungry quicker as well. These aren't doing too well. But now that I've started making steel, it's like, why make anything iron when you can just turn it to steel? It's like somewhat resource intensive, but it's not awful. Ow. Wait, I'm dying from hunger. As you do. As you do. I'll chuck the rest in there. There it is. Little lamb. So you can get milk from them, which is rather interesting, because you can make cheeses in the game. Whether it's like worth it to make cheeses, I don't know. Do you know, I will have some of this meat. I salted some meat, which it's okay. Lost 1.9 years in my hands, or 18.9 years. So yeah, because there's salt up here, but I think there might actually be salt around brown coal, but I think there is halite. No, not there. I know there is in one of the directions. Halite, there we go. You go over here like 35%, so there's probably a salt deposit somewhere between these two. Probably here-ish. And actually, salting meats really does make them last a while. Obviously, it'd be dangerous in real life just to eat nothing but salted meat without water, but still. In-game, not bad. I found a bony cow. I actually found cactuses and everything, but I don't think you can make anything from cactus. Because I don't think it was a Saguro. Yeah, it was a barrel cactus. So I think it's just purely decorative. I was like, ooh. But yeah, you can make saguaro. I didn't see any of these ones. Now I think you can make juices, which turns into wine, which turns into brandy, which then turns into aquavitae. But you can't, well, you can drink aquavitae, but there's no real point. Okay, let's fill up on food. Because why not? Unfortunately, I don't have any crock pots on me, which is a bit of a shame. But if I fill up what I can I empty this? No. It's fine. What I will do is, because food lasts quite a while, when it's in the cooking pot, it still lasts quite a bit. So I'll get like more meals prepared. Probably bring a bunch of grain with me anyway. Just because there's no reason not to. Grain's pretty easy to come by and it lasts a long time. Like I mean 33 years in game it has been 4. Going on 5, so not bad. But you know, we're not gonna run out anytime soon. Obviously it goes down when it gets warmer. Still. And yeah, I got a bunch of rice grain which I'll turn into flour and then turn into booze. That is my dream, is just have like a wine cellar. It's the only downside of this game currently is you can't like actually store... You can't store wines for very long, which I find such a shame. Because you've got like the scroll rack, which... Ooh, ebony scroll rack. Which doesn't really have too much use, because I guess you'd have to find a bunch of these scrolls. You can't make scrolls. Oh, you can buy them, I guess? They're usually little journal things, like all of these. Which is kind of cool. Ooh, I think that's getting a little loud. We're getting a little loud for me. But you're not going to need to like make multiple scroll racks, I'd say. Whereas if you could make a wine rack or just use the scroll rack as a wine rack, I'm like, oh, I'm going to make some hella nice vintages. But I think, yeah, the only thing you can store like brandies, whiskies, vodka. I don't know if you can make... There are vodka. There is cassava vodka. I didn't know that. Yeah, it's like the ales don't... The ales are perishable, but then the vodkas, the whiskies, the brandies... is it a rice? What does it turn in? Rice ale into rice whiskey. And then, yeah, those can store for a while, which is super nice. But even then, I wish you could do more things with glass. Whoops, I accidentally sat down. Because you can't really make anything. Like, it's only decorative so far. Ooh, hourglass. Ooh. Yeah, like all these are just decorative things. I have no idea what a sight glass is. But you yourself can't really make actual glasses that store things. Yeah, which I find such a shame. Because I'd love to store... I'd love to make little potions. Which I have a feeling they would do maybe at some point. Like other healing style stuff. Okay, let's clear my inventory. I have so many chests. I just made tons. Because I'm like, I should. Don't need a shovel. We'll keep the rye grain. We'll put the seeds away. Obviously all my chests are always a mess. But they always are with me. Actually, I'll put that in the one with the wood. I stole the saw. I needed it. We'll keep the axe. Maybe. We'll take a stack of sticks. Because why not? We won't bring any healing items, which isn't the smartest, but we should be alright. We don't need a hoe. It's not really going to save us out in the wilds, to my knowledge. Okay, do that, and that. We'll have... Oh, actually, I don't know whether I'd done it on stream. But I upgraded my backpack, so now I've got sturdy leather, which requires chromium sulfate, which requires finding chrome, making sulfuric acid, and mixing those together. Crazy thing. It's like end-to-end game stuff. I was like, oh. So I'd mostly been spending my time doing that. I will take the meat with me, I think. Just to really help in that regard. And then chuck that on there. And then take that stack and that single. Grain's not good on its own, but it will be nice. Take a knife. Take a sword. A torch is always nice. Soil's good just as a block. Lantern. Pickaxe. Yes, standard stuff. And then pray I don't die anywhere. Essentially, because I don't have any meds. Although I think I can make a bandage. I think I can make thumb bandages. No, maybe not. Bandage. Clean bandage. I can make 2 whole bandages. I have 2 flax twine. If I went back to base, then I could make more. You know, 6 HP will come in handy, I think. Not going to be a lifesaver, but it'll come in handy. I'm actually going to sleep. Because I think the biggest threat is not going to be enemies. It's going to be me freezing to death. Which is never fun. But, you know, it is what it is. So yeah, wait until 9 a.m. There is a better bed. There's an aged bed, which you're meant to be able to find, and I have yet to. Whenever I find an old bed, an aged bed, it's never the right one, because there's decorative ones, and then there's like actual ones that you can use. But yeah, I've got 7 olive tree cuttings, 1 cherry tree, 1 lychee. The lychee tree I found was literally 2 parts, and I was like, I don't want to take it all. What I might try doing is growing pear trees down there, and then attaching a cherry tree cutting, which you can do. I know I had 2 beds. I had a hay bed here, and then I had, oh, there it is. Then yeah, then I made that one. I'm gonna bring the hay bed. Where is map? Says he's over here. So I'm going to attach this to you, and then I guess we're off on an adventure. There's only one thing in the pack, right? Yeah, the hammer. And I don't think I'm gonna need the hammer, so I'll put that back as well. Usually, because as we found when we went to the Lazarette, there's just a lot of lore stuff there, and I really like lore stuff. Like a lot. Yeah, we don't need to worry about flax grain. The sheep aren't going to perish while I'm gone. I don't think any of these trees grow while it's all snowed over like this, which is a bit of a shame, but the ebony tree took like 50 days to even get to this point, so I can wait until it warms up. One thing I do really like about the elks is that their horns change. Like, I think it's dependent on season or age, but they do change over time, which is super funky. Also, I think when we had our last stream, it did help Varun find his elk, which is good. Varun does have his elk, but there's an albino elk. Albino elk? Never know. Which I think is just an RNG drop. Oh, it's a chicken. I thought it was a duck at first. Would have been crazy. This is why elks are the best. I don't have to press anything. We can just be on our merry way. Our merry way just happens to take us really, 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 really fast. We'll try to stick to land where we can. Like, largely, I would have traveled via ocean. Yeah, no, it's a little laggy. But yeah, we'll try and stay on land. I mean, there's so much. It's so far away. One thing I did find is I started trying to use teleporters more. So there's like an underground teleporter that led here. And apparently they are really a good way of getting around. It's just finding how they link together and then making a network of those. Having like permanent little transporters or translocators, as they're called in game. Having those around can really help when you need to get far. Ooh, a tiny bit of copper. Okay. Good seeing what's in the rock. I know one of those rocks has like a tiny bit of sulfur in it. Or maybe not that. I keep thinking this is north for some reason, and I don't know why. It's like whenever I leave the house, I leave and turn around. I'm like, okay, this is going up, but it's not. Yeah, there's like a tiny bit of sulfur there, which can be used to make really good... Oh, I say... Is it really good bandages? Sulfur... Yeah, honey sulfur poultices from linen, which are 7 HP. Which is not bad at all. And these ones don't go off. Whereas you have bandage. Alcohol-soaked bandage, which is also 7 HP, but is dryable. So requires less than an hour to dry. Basically, you get bandage, mix it with booze, and then it goes from 3 HP to 7 HP, which is really good. But then, yeah, within 1 hour, 1 in-game hour, it just goes back to regular bandage. So unless you're carrying around... Sold by Surgeon. I don't know. I've never seen a trader Surgeon. I don't know if... I'm going to see who and what that is. Maybe. But yeah, unless you're like carrying around a jug of booze. It's food. Food category provides no nutrition. I'm like, huh. Interesting. But yeah, it's a cool idea. but I don't think it's really balanced well. Linen fiber pulp. Oh, ingredient for parchment. Or do you either need twine and water, clean bandage, alcohol soap band? I don't know why you would do that, actually. I honestly don't know. And then, yeah, making parchment, which is the glider schematic, which we've seen. Oh, right, because you can write notes on the side of them. I didn't realize you could use hide as well. Like parchments. That's interesting. Because I've seen the sieve, but never used the sieve. Yeah, you can make books, and then I think you can write in the books, kind of like Minecraft style write in the books. So you can make your own little lore things, which I think is very, very nice. But yeah, I think you can write things on the paper on those crates, because you can use chalk just to write on a bunch of stuff. As we saw with the lazarette, like all the wall writing you could do yourself just by having chalk in your hand. No, not chalk, charcoal. There we go. Which is super cool. Uh-oh. The silence. But, don't really need to when you're spending most of your time on your own. Oh, I have nothing to write to. What I do really hope, actually, they do. And the crate made me think of it, but is, because you can put crates in like the big sailboats, like these big ones, and I want to make wrecked boat. Huh. I wonder if these are in game or whether just the asset currently exists. I guess we'll see as we go from location to location. I want to make an ebony sailboat, and God knows, apparently there are purple heart trees around. Never seen any of them like in any of my plays. But if I do, I'd love to. But what I'd love is if you could have like boats that went from two traders to each other. Never gonna help. Nubian ibex. Huh? Sorry, I guess that's just mordant cloth. So I'm getting distracted now. I've never seen any of those. I guess I just went to like default and the horns were there. I was like, oh, okay. Nubian. Oh, wait, no, maybe I did. No, maybe I haven't. No, I have. Yeah, a tropical climate. I think I'm gonna have to go all the way down. It was somewhere. Oh, yeah, there was just a lightless zone. Like it looks all white here, but you go there and it's just a shadow. And I thought it was a visual issue. Like just a lighting issue, but I don't entirely know. I think there might be something weird in the sky. I found redwood trees, brown coal, zinc. Somewhere here, maybe? Oh yeah, I found a panda. That caught me off guard. I was just roaming around. Papyrus. That's how I knew it was getting warm. One you can see with the oceans, but still. Cherry tree, cherry light tree. No, that was Sirahai goats. Okay. Sirahai goat. Yeah, because I'd never seen these before. Or a tropical climate goat that can be found. Ooh. They've got like smaller horns. The Nubian horns are crazy looking. Look at these things. Like demon horns. I wonder if you can get those horns from them. Because I know there's a trophy. No, what is it called? If I just type in like maple and then go down. Antler mounts. I have no idea what you do with these. You can make an antler mount. I guess you got to get antlers somehow, but I have no idea how you do. Because I thought like when these elks grew, because the horns vanish at some point, I thought maybe they dropped off, but I haven't seen them drop off. But I'm wondering if there is a way to make like the antlers drop, because yeah, this one at one point had horns like this, crazy long things, which looked like they probably would have just stabbed me in the face while riding the elk. But I have no idea if there is a way to get them off. Yeah, tamed albino. Like, how cool would that be to have? A tamed albino. I think it's just random chance when you buy one that you can get like an albino elk, which is nutty to me. Because it costs 100 gears anyway. You'd have to really farm for it. And then, yeah, you put that kingly stuff on it, or deep, not that commoner, no. Like a deep noble, maybe. There was, yeah, the king saddle. Probably king. That feels like it already. Survivor patch saddle blanket. Ooh. I really hope they do add more to the whole mountable stuff. I mean, they have things for mobility, which is kind of cool. Like, you can say Minecraft has its horses. We've got the elk here, and the elk are really good at climbing. We've got glider, which is very similar. I do wonder if they're going to add more text. Sorry, let's scroll up. Okay. Just in-game music, super loud. I know I turned it down, but this song was significantly louder than the other one. Yeah, I do wonder what other advancements, I guess you could say, they're going to add in the next chapters. Because it's still been getting updates. There was an update a couple days ago, and I actually updated for today, which made me panic before stream. I was like, I don't know if I do it. This does feel very magical, if that makes sense. Like, all Snowlands, the music as well. What does the music remind me of? Maybe it does remind me a bit of, like a Earthbound, Amori, maybe a little like Undertale-ish, like that style, which I find is very nice. I've got an image in my head of just those little simple style pixel games with the snow pouring down. Like, oh, it definitely gives me that sort of vibe. Although we got no snow. I mean, snow's over everything, but like it's not snowing actively. So far you can't do too much with snow though, which I find a bit of a shame. I mean, you can make snowballs, which is pretty good. I fucking love that the music gets muted under the water. Although, gotta be careful. Sometimes the elk doesn't surface and it can drown. I ended up testing it out at one point and seeing like its health was rapidly dropping. And I'm like, oh no, quickly surface. I don't know why. It's meant to automatically surface from what I can tell. But sometimes, just sometimes, it wants to stay under the water. And that scares me. It scares me a lot. Well, yes, don't know when people seem to be very mixed on this. And I get it, but maybe I'm just too much of a simp and I'm really excited. But I've seen demo play, or not demo play, but I guess leaked gameplay. Whether it was leaked or whether it was just from a different news source, I don't know, of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet on the Switch too. That has me very excited, and it's one of those things that's kind of selling me on a Switch too. I'm like, I kind of want to. It looks so... I saw it in a comment, and it looks like a totally different game, but obviously still the same game. Just running so much smoother, cleaner. Like, more of the world can load in. Like, more Pokemon, more just decoration, essentially. And it makes it look so much better. Like, if that was what we got on release, then people probably would love it. People still would have complained. The lighting is still rather flat in most areas, but I'm like, oh, that would have been so nice. So I'm hoping when Zeta A comes out, like, it is running at that real buttery smooth sort of frame rate and everything is nice for it. Because I'm excited for Zeta. Well, excited maybe might be a little too much. I did really like Arceus or whatever. I still actually really need to complete that. Like, maybe not 100%, but do a lot of the post-story stuff. But I don't know. I guess it's the weird style Zeta A seems to have, where you're battling in a city. Like, it's not bad style. I like it, but I'm interested to see how it plays, because it could be. And I mean, I would love if it was more in the vein of like Colosseum and maybe XD, because those were largely just city-based. Also, sorry. I went to have a drink whilst still... Oh, okay, nice. We'll grab this while we're here. I'm constantly on the lookout for rice because I have very few seeds of it. Although when things do grow well, they do seem to have the chance to drop 2 seeds per plant, which is good, because that means then eventually you'll make more and more and more, which will be good. But at least not yet. We'll also keep an eye out for meteors. I would love if there was a way of, like... I mean, you can see on the map where a meteor... or on the ground where a meteor has potentially struck. I would love if there was something in the sky, like, over time they could strike. Although I guess that would always have the issue of potentially destroying something you love. So, you know, always slightly concerning in that regard. Okay, I was like, there's quite a few portals around here. That's not very good. It's like, current rift activity is high. I'm like, Let's try not to perish. Well, I had it like a couple in-game days ago. It was apocalyptic. I'm like, that's not very good at all. That's not how I want my weather currently. Okay, so yeah, I don't think I've actually been up. Oh no, maybe I have. I guess I was much further south. No, I haven't been up here. That's where the portal leads, and I'll probably go there and then sort of move along. I mean, God, this thing's a mile off. It's going to be pain to get to, but it'll be worth. Maybe. Luckily, my hunger still hasn't gone down. I've heard that, I've read, if you eat like a meal, it's like an actual meal, then it stops your hunger from going down for like 5 IRL minutes or something like that, which is just very good, because if you eat anything else, then it automatically starts going down like straight away. Like, so meals are very useful for that. Oh, look at this. It's absolutely haunting, honestly, just being in the pitch black on the water. No sounds at all. We're just gently gliding along with the snow ever so softly falling. So I do really like it. And then I heard the music, but I didn't think the music was music. I thought it was something else. So I'll know. I do wonder if they're going to add in water enemies. Like, I mean, you look at the Drifter, you look at the Bowtorn and the Shiver, like these twisted, mangled, sort of humanoid-esque creatures. And if you try throwing something like that into the water, it's going to be terrifying, honestly. Especially the oceans get deep and dark and spooky. And if you throw something in there, I will never go into an ocean again. Like IRL, I'm not a huge fan of the sea. Just purely because you can't see what's in it. I'm like, So I'm fine with swimming or whatever. And in like pools and stuff is fine. But the actual ocean, I'm like, maybe not. But in games, I'm uncomfortable with it. And the last thing I need is knowing there could be enemies there. So it's been my one safe zone. Whenever a storm happens. What the fuck is any of that? I mean, it's going to be covered in snow, but what the hell is any of that? I'm intrigued. I'd love if I'd like found another story zone. Oh, is it just bushes? It looks like it. On the map, it looks like it'd be a bunch of just destroyed structures. Andesite gravel. Okay, I don't think I'd seen andesite gravel before. Okay, yeah, it's just a bunch. I don't know what just hurt me. And that scares me. Luckily, this is why we have the damage log. Oh, Drifter. The Drifter was somewhere there. Oh. One, I don't know where the Drifter was, but two, it just... What a funky looking area. Oh my god, bunch of Drifters. I tried to see if there was anything. And no, not really. Okay, on our merry way. My poor elk all beaten. Ooh. Yeah, I guess it's just going to be a bunch of bushes around. Okay. It's going to be interesting what the terrain's all like. Yeah, because obviously there's a bunch of different structures that can be generated. I found like a graveyard before. I think... No, I don't think that was on stream that I saw. It was by the Resonance Archives. There's an area that is basically the Resonance Archives and their graveyard ruin. There's a bunch of like little ruin parts. There's one that's just got a pipe leading down to a bunch of water that's swirling around. I don't know what it's meant to like lore-wise represent, but there's a bunch of graves and a bunch of jails. And I'm like, this is looking like a not so friendly place. I found an underground grave, which I don't know whether it is entirely a grave because it had a sacrificial altar and a bunch of coffins. And coffins don't necessarily mean you're just putting dead people in them, you know? Some of them have me a little worried. Huh. I almost thought it was a bluish glow. I think you can change the color. Oh, let's not fall down there. I think you can change the color of the light from your lantern. I might be wrong on it. But I know you can change the glass panes. As long as you don't use quartz for it. Jesus Christ, this is a bumpy area. Oh my god, what the hell? Granite? Slate? Bauxite? I shouldn't run. This is a very, very, very bumpy area. I am very scared I'm going to break the legs of my elk. Okay, baby hops. We're no longer elk, we're goat. We are mountain goat and we are terrified. I can barely see. I can't see down. It doesn't help that the elk's like in the way. Okay, let's... I can't see. I think it's water somewhere. There. I think that's why I couldn't see. It was just water. But it was still spooky. I want to see what this is. Because it's kind of funky, like how this is. Just ridges along. So it makes it look like something's here, but I have no idea what. Yeah, just... Oh, it's andesite, then slate, then bauxite, I think. I mean, I really am intrigued. I want to know... Like, whether that's funky generation, whether it's, like, meant to be that for a weird way. I wonder what this yellow is, actually. I didn't see what it was over here. Like, that yellow's got to be something. I don't know what, though. Like, I don't know what be showing up yellow on the map. So here's the issue, is I'm getting, like, super cold. It is slate. Okay. It's funky biomes. There's no yellow here. I'll head here. Hello. Because I want to know what the hell that is. Although maybe I shouldn't go this way. I mean, it's... Oh my god, that's a scary cave. I mean, all of this actually is kind of just fucking scary. Yeah, now I've got my arms in my face because I'm cold and I don't have good quality clothes. There's the one kind of issue. Is I don't think there's a way of repairing clothes unless you are like a clothier. A tailor even. Clothier. What the hell am I on about? But like, unless you're the tailor class, I don't think there's a way of repairing clothes. Unless you find the sewing kit. And even then, I don't entirely know. There's quartz. Quartz can be interesting and useful. Usually not tons, but that can be where like gold and silver are. I fucking hate... Oh, I'm in a portal. I was like, is that a portal spawning in as I just hear the train noises? Kind of really... I mean, I guess it's... I was going to say less train, more just like metal sounds. And that is true, but I do wonder if they'll do something train-ish. Oh my god. Holy fuck, that was a drop. Is it just these bushes? It is. It's just the flowers. I can't even see where that is. Oh my god, that's a big cave. And I don't like any of this if I'm completely honest. What is this biome? Okay. Unfortunately, the creature weight is low. I don't even know if I can get out of here. Like, that was such a big drop. And I literally can't see anything. I mean, okay, it's 10 p.m. Oh, what I will do then. It's 10 p.m. in-game. It's almost 10 p.m. IRL. What we'll do is, we'll drop down. I'm going to dig a hole. I'm going to dig it wide so that... elk can also be in here. Oh, I should have brought the saw. I just realized. I need to like make a trough for it. Okay. You can come in here. And then we're gonna close this up. See. We'll even hang that there. Oh god, I'm slowly going insane. Of course there had to be something wrong with this area just in general. I mean, it looks like there'd be something wrong with this area. It looks cool as hell. It does not surprise me there is something wrong with this area. Okay, we're going to put a bed down. I'm going to snooze a bit. Well, I just opened that up. That's not entirely what I wanted to do. But yeah, I can't make a trough because I don't have... I don't have a saw. I should have brought a trough with me. It sounds almost like there's two elks. If that makes sense. Oh, okay. Actually, I don't know what I took damage from there. Minus 23 degrees outside, but I am warming up inside because it's a contained area, which is at least something. But yeah, minus 21 is not good. Rainfall it's uncommon in this area. I'm like, yippee, I guess. Okay, it's at least brighter. It's not great, but I can see. Stop it. Stop screaming. I don't think I can feed it more. Hello, Ray. How are you? We just made a little hidey hole for us and our elk, who is currently not doing too well because it just fell off a mountain. Well, it fell off up there because it was pitch black and we couldn't see where we were going. Hydrate. I might be able to. I mean, so far I'm just hydrating with Monster, if I'm completely honest. Although it's getting all colds. Okay. Let's just ignore that my brain is here. I didn't know it was a mountain. I couldn't see. Like, it was pitch black looking down. I could not tell. Wait. Okay, I did grab everything. Yes. Like, this entire area is just mountainous. It's so weird. But look at it on the map. Oh, wait, you can't really see it. It's covered in snow. But there's like a weird line along it all. This is very Zelda-esque music, actually. I don't think I've heard this bit. Oh. But yeah, luckily the elk has like the rubberiest knees. It's just crazy rubber knees. Okay, while this is running into the wall, I'm just going to quickly dig this. Do. Yeah, I definitely don't try to hurt my elk because elk is good. Elk is strong. I hear a sheep, actually. Can you seriously not climb that? I mean, they can climb like crazy angles. There we go. We've got to be careful of its... Like, look at this area. It's just funky. There is a sheep somewhere. I can hear it. I'll devour your bones. I crave them. Okay. We've got to be careful. We're on the way to discover new secrets, maybe? Possibly? We'll see. The only issue is I'm currently freezing constantly because it is minus 27 degrees Celsius. Oh. Oh my god, fucking crevices. Crevices. Okay, it took a little more damage, but it's fine. It's still good. It's still good. This is why I've got to take like baby steps because I can barely see. My character's cold, so he like crosses his arms, but it means I can't see down. I have to third person this. If only I could use the glider with the elk. That would be cool. Like, have the elk just glide down. Okay, back it up and forward again. Gentle. Little bit of damage. We're talking like point of health. So that's not too bad. Okay, we're free. Yeah, we got a long way to go. Oh, look at this funky land. Funky terrain generation. We have to go from here all the way over here. It honestly could take like 3 hours just going there. Getting back would be hellish. Oh, look at it though. What cool funky terrain. I'm gonna freeze to death. It's a real inconvenience. I could really do without that. Okay. Good thing is when it's cold, food lasts longer. For the world becomes a fridge. I don't think holding this though is going to help me at all. I mean it might, but I don't think it will. So I know if you hold the torch in your hand, it technically helps. But with it being so cold, I have a feeling it's not really gonna help. Like, it ain't gonna do much for me. I do really love the trail. Like, look at the funky shapes. The worst part is, because I'm going north as well, like north from the default spawn, which was here, or around it. Wait, where was it? It was like here-ish. Somewhere here. because I'm north of that, things only get colder and colder. It's like walking to the North Pole. I will be frozen. Although I'm not taking damage yet, which is good. Oh, there's some funky stone though. I mean, it's mostly bauxite and andesite, from what I can tell. What is over here? It's like all sloped. With little bauxite coasts? Yeah, I just want to see, honestly. While it looks all brown, it probably, yeah, it's going to become all snow as I get closer, as the, like, snow loads in. It's like, huh, it's cold. It should be cold. I do enjoy the music of this game. I have been tempted to buy, I think I've mentioned I've been tempted to buy the soundtrack just because you can. I'm like, just have it as like my work playlist and just start jamming in the middle of my job. Sometimes you just got to. I don't think there's going to be, well, I was going to say, I don't think there's any. I was like, why can I not write sapling? I don't think there's any types of trees that are really far north that I haven't seen. Purple heart, I haven't seen anywhere. That's the only one, but I've heard that's more south. Walnut, I found ebony, redwood, larch, bald cypress, kapok, acacia. I haven't actually in this world. Pine, maple, oak, birch, Mediterranean. Oh my god, fucking. When I'm in the menu, I can't control it. So I went to stop it as it was like leaping off. This thing's going to end up so crinkled. I'm just like running around and it's just snapping its bones. Okay, yeah, I'm going to get real cold. I don't know if this torch is helping, but I kind of also don't want to hold it because if I fall in the water, it's going to put the torch out. But strangely enough, I mean, it's minus 12 here. That's not good. But I'm not dying yet. What's this? Flax. It's always flax. Literally the only grain I ever find is flax. Like, what is going on over there? Okay. I mean, really, I need to be heading that way more. I'm heading north just because there's land, but I need to cross over. Goddamn portal's opening up in front of me. Fine, I'll go this way then. Screw you, portal. Let's hope I surface. There we go. There we go. So, oh, actually, maybe I shouldn't have. Oh, there's a trader right there. Mark it on the map, but trader. Just in case. You never know. But yeah, I need to, I think, repair. Yeah. It's actually kind of interesting. I don't know why the hunt excessively washed and repaired multiple times. But it's like used for making repairs and new clothes. The only problem is created by crafting. But you need to be the clothier in order to make the sewing kit. It is sold, but... So yeah, maybe I should just stock up on these, like buy them wherever I can. Because they might be able to be used by everyone, but only created by the clothier. Because I need to make, or I need to repair my clothes so they actually help. It won't help too much, but it's -9, and this would add up 2, 4, 6, 7. So it'd only be -2 effectively for me. Which would stop me from freezing so quickly. Now I've got to hope I can run into land. I mean, I could, honestly, I could take that teleporter and end up all the way back home. I think that one links to there. Which is kind of nuts. I've lost myself. It's like, I am lost. Ultra high spharoite. Which I think is... I can't remember what spharoite is. I think it's nickel. Or is it zinc? It's zinc. I don't think zinc has too many uses. Brass and bismuth, bronze. Oh, I guess there's okay uses, but not too much. Yeah, you just end up with zinc. It's like funky, but it ain't funky fresh, you know. Hopefully there is some land here. Just so I can like burrow away and hide. I mean, we're at 4,000. I was about to say 40,000. We're at 4,000 and we need to get to 25,000. So we still have a ways to go, which is a little painful, but it's not the end of the world, at least. Oh, I should have actually maybe broke that flax. Because if I broke that flax and we got twine, I might have been able to make another more bandages. Like, I'll just keep surviving purely from random bandages I find. And be the only way I survive. God, I'm surprised there's no land anywhere here. It was kind of like, it looks like it goes down. It must go down to like here-ish. If it does go down all the way. I'm slowly taking damage, although I should be okay. Whoops. E for inventory. +3, so yeah, as long as I make sure. I fucking love this part of the song. I don't know why. It's just such a jam. Just hells yeah. Yeah, I brought the axe, which is okay, but I didn't bring the goddamn the saw, which would have made the trough. For at least the elk, which is currently starving, which is a bit of a shame. Because I know the elk can eat the grain that I've got on me, but I think it can only eat it out of a trough. I don't think you can directly feed the elk, which is a real big shame. I freaking love the way he look at him swim. Oh god. Oh, it's based on camera. You can end up in this weird funky zone as I'm freezing to death. What if I heat myself slightly? I mean, it's -8. It's not super cold. I mean, it is, but it's not as cold as it could be. Yeah, this isn't really warming me up, which is a shame, because I need it. And originally I was bringing the bandages because I was like, oh, you know, when we get there, there'll probably be some enemies, and I'm going to have to be careful because of that. But no, I might die beforehand. Not what I want, but unless I can consistently build little bases, I guess little hidey holes would make more sense. And I'm kind of screwed. Although, yeah, -9. Where is land? Please give me anything. Bowl. Momch. Do that. It'll ever so slightly help. I'm actually lucky this red meat cured in time. It was like 1% spoiled when I threw it in the salt. I was like, oh no. My meats. It takes 20 days to salt. You really want to... I think you can do a maximum of 32 meat at a time. Or 32 meat per barrel. Okay, it's -7. This isn't too bad. I might be able to warm up. I shall hold the torch and pray. Nope, it's back to -8. Getting colder. We hit our daily peak of -7 for mere seconds. Is there really nothing around here though? Kinda hoping. See, I need to find... Honestly, going to this or going to the teleporter might have been faster. I need to find one that leads from here to like here-ish and then chain them along. So you can get into the Lazarette. You know, it was quite far, but that's only half the distance I'd need to go. And that took basically all stream last time. I just need like open plains, just flat land. So I can zoom on my elk all the way there. Okay, what is my health? Is now 11.9, which means this would be efficient to use. Let me just bandage up all that cold. Just get rid of that. Frostbite? Nah. We are still, yeah, super frozen. Okay, there is a bit of land. I'm going to make my way towards it. Can't see it yet, but the map tells me there is something over here. I don't know what it is. I think those are trees, yeah. Trees and snowy land. Joyous of joys. Good thing is, if I need to get back quickly, as long as I can come this way... Ah, that is really deep underground. I need to make like a ladder leading from the teleporter up to the surface or something, just so I can quick access. But I still don't think you can make teleporters yourself to get around. So you really do have to just find them in the world, which I'm kind of like mixed on. I guess it depends how far technologically we get in the story. I know there is some real fancy things we make. I think there's like night vision. Yeah. Night vision mask, which you need to add fuel to, which is also nuts. But the fact that that thing even exists, I mean, I know it gets super dark, but still. Okay, it's only -5. That's, you know, that's kind of what you get in the UK. So that's tolerable. Kind of. I should have done, yeah, I realized as soon as I jumped, ooh. Whereas as soon as I jump, I shouldn't. Actually, it might be smart to, well, I was going to say it might be smart to stay here, but you don't have a door. Whoops, I don't want to throw stones at the man. I'm annoyed with him, but I'm not going to throw stones at him. Trading building materials. Okay. Honk, honk, honk. I fucking love that they honk. It's the silliest thing in the world to me. Yeah, because he doesn't have a door, this place isn't sealed. Which means it's cold. Okay. Whoops. Trader. And just call him Build. I don't even care for their names anymore. Although I do want your chair. And you can make marble tables in this, which I find really strangely fancy. I haven't seen marble, like, around. I think there's white marble, pink marble, and green marble. No, is it granite or marble? Marble mortar. It is. It's white, pink, and green marble. Which I haven't found at all. Which could be really funky. So if I ever get to the stage where I want to be super decadent. With like marble everywhere. Unfortunately, my man's is still freezing. Let's see how far along I can get, but I have a feeling I'm going to reach the edge of the terrain pretty quick. It might be good. Yeah, I'll grab these horsetails. Because what I could always do is use these plus if I run into a bunch of cattails and use those for healing. Because they make like the lowest tier heal, but I think it's actually the same tier as the bandage. Maybe it's slightly worse. By having these on me, I can at least, if I can find cattails. There we go. Let me break them. And I can make those heals. I have a feeling I'm not going to be able to. Yeah, 'cause it's getting real frosty. No cattails. I wanted to check. The horse. I can't remember what it's called now. Where is... Yeah, speaking of horse, where's my elk? Okay. We'll go a little further upland. Gotta be careful if any, like, fucking bears or wolves turn up. Hey, ooh. Well, that almost pushed me down a mountain, which terrified me. But for now, we're gonna go hide in the quartz. Just because we can, I think. But it's getting dark. I'm all cold. Oh! Silver! Nice. Nice! Okay. Elk, you're coming in here as well, so I'll open up a door for you. I mean, silver's always good. It's annoying. I always find silver, but I never find gold. And gold is used for electrum. Well, actually, both silver and gold are used for electrum, I think. There we go. Okay. Baby steps. I really should get to the point where I just end up digging through all the quartz I find. We use the soil. There we go. It's dark, but it's okay. I'll attach a lantern up here. See? Ta-da! Although the elk has a lantern on it. Okay, what was that? Bountiful chunk of native silver in quartz. Parent material sandstone. So 25 units of silver, which isn't a ton because you need 100, but still. Okay, let me have that in my offhand because that should help warm up. But yeah, I'm slowly getting warmer. I might as well crack through some of this stuff. I'm at least not going... Oh, I'm so sorry. I end up hitting the elk. Because it went... I'm actually amazed that hit the elk. I wasn't even looking at it. Like, targeted on it. I think it's going to hate me for a while. But it's also stuck in this cave with me, so, you know. It sucks, but that's life. Okay, let's see if I can find more silver, though. Hey, that's what I like to see. Oh my god, oh my god. Is that up to the surface? God damn, it is. That's not gonna help. It's gonna make it cold. Here we go. Do you know what? I kind of feel that, elk. I kind of feel that. This was just meant to be a nice little hidey hole. And now I'm perishing. Wee woo. 32.1. In theory, it should be, you know, okay-ish soon. I'll eat some of the meats. They were meant to be emergency meats, but I'll eat them for now because they should help, like, raise my overall HP. I think. Let's see if I can find any more silver. But a little bit. Which should maybe give me an ingot or two. That's always the thing. Silver and gold are real pains in the ass to find. And I think you end up using Electrum for quite a lot. If I'm not mistaken. I might be mistaken. It might not be as vital as I'm saying. Oh, bountiful. That's what we like. That's what we like. 6 chunks of bountiful. Oh. That's not bad at all. Because, yeah, I think it's 100 units per ingot. So I've got 125 there, plus 45, so 170. I've almost got 2 ingots of silver. Fucking game. Like, warm. I must be warm. I'm surprised it's giving me the spooky music though. I'm like, it's not that spooky right now. I'm slowly warming up. I had a feeling. All of this is just caving in. There is a setting to actually have cave-ins, which I've been so tempted to have on. Because it means, like, you need to support your caves, or, like, your mining. Otherwise, you'll die. You'll just, like, get crushed. I'm like, do I want that? Kind of? But I shouldn't. Dig through this. We don't really need the quartz. The quartz is useful to have, obviously, if we want to make a lot of glass. But I'm not at the point... I don't feel I'm at the point technologically where I deserve a lot of glass, or where I can make a lot of glass without it being an issue. Okay, I mean, we ended up with a fair bit of silver. Let me open your pockets. Please don't be mad at me. Put the seeds away, put that away, put that away. Horsetail, that's what I need to see. Horsetail. So I'd make it from reed. So it's 4 horsetails. So it's only 2 HP. It's not a lot of HP. But it's a good emergency, hey, I need to not die. Which is how I feel I'm going to have to be. Yeah, maybe I should just go digging in random quartz more often. I mean, that was honestly some real nice amounts of silver. It's not tons, but it is like, it's adding up. And you know, maybe I've got the slight dream of being a dragon in this game hoarding rare materials. Just like have an actual vault filled with gold and silver. Man, that's an IRL dream. Well, actually, when I was much younger, I just wanted to have like ingots of metal. If that makes sense. Like, I just wanted to have my own little setup of metals. And like, oh, hells yeah, that'd be cool. But I also wanted to learn to smith when I was younger. But I think RuneScape plays a large part in that. Might also play a large part in why I never did learn. Too busy playing RuneScape. Okay, I think maybe that's all the silver. At least all the silver I'm going to find. If I break that and... Okay. I think granite will fall down in one of these. Yeah. Okay. Goodbye. The annoying thing is this is getting rid of all of my dirt, but we can always just pick up more dirt. It's not that difficult to find. Ow, my eyes. Dusts. Yeah, we've only got... I mean, we've got quite a bit of chalk. Luckily, I've got a steel pickaxe, but still, I could... Doesn't mean I can go around digging everything. I should chuck this... Oh, I meant to chuck the silver in there before. I'm wondering why it didn't. Maybe it just swapped from... Yeah. Yeah, because it goes down to my hotbar and then goes back in, but why would you just move into this inventory? Some things did, other things won't, and I don't know why. Yeah, if I can find some reeds. We don't have a ton of horse tails because it takes 4 each, but we have a little bit. Okay. Eat the meal. What's my temperature? 36.5. Okay, so we're warming up. Put that down. We're living in a cave now because we can. We'll put this over here just to prevent anything from spawning. Nothing should, but just in case. And then we'll sleep while holding a torch to make ourselves real toasty. Might have went to bed slightly too early. I think the annoying thing is you can only put like hay beds on the back of the elk. So you can't put like a nice bed. Not that the nice bed really does anything. It allows you to sleep slightly longer. I kind of do wish there was a comfort level or something in that regard. But no luck. Okay, I was only going to dig one more layer just to see. But it looks like it's probably cleared out. Okay, my temperature's up. Not super warm, but it is cozy. It's 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. and minus 22 degrees outside. That's not great for me. But, you know, we'll make it work. We will make it work. 4% of a serving. Yeah, that done very little. Okay. Nice, and we'll pick this up. The elk should be all healed up. Yep. Nice. Grab my lantern. And then I guess we'll brave off into the wilds again. To wherever it will take us. Okay. Rift activity is low outside, which is good. Means we're less likely to be beaten. And I do love not being beaten. That's also how the music changes when we go outside. Or I guess when we open access to the outside, fucking already hurt the elk. It took a little bit of full damage, but it's fine. It heals up pretty quick. It's still good. It's still good. One thing I am glad about is that you don't get cold. Or you don't get wet while riding on the elk in the water. Like, technically, my legs would be soaked, but it doesn't count it. Although I think if you are fully submerged, it does. There's more horsetails there. I think I should be okay with what I've got. I'm just having a look out for cattails. Really, meds are just made out of different types of tails smushed together, is what I know. There's a tree. There's a bunch of trees over there. Oh, wait. There's land over there. I thought it was going to be much harder to find land again. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Honestly, anytime I find rare materials, well, I guess rare metals, always a good time. I don't think I've actually been able to dig up any gold yet. I've seen it like come up in the prospecting as minuscule amounts. I don't think it ever goes above minuscule, but I haven't found gold while digging. I've only found silver. As far as I know, they both spawn in quartz. Yeah, looking at electrum. Electrum made out of gold and silver. 40 to 60. You'd probably, yeah, have more silver than gold. Then it's used for... The plating's used, yeah. Things like rickety translocated bismuth... Oh, that's right. You can put it on lanterns to make them even brighter. The resonator, the base return teleporter, night vision mask, and the terminus teleporter. I don't know what this does. Copper, nickel, lead, and electrum. So that's like the super advanced endgame stuff. But I got no idea how you make any, or really how you make much of it. Because you got to get a bunch of Jonas parts. And then, I mean, for terminus. Oh, it sounds the coolest. Terminus, teleporter, Thanatos coupling. Copper, nickel, Jonas part, metal parts, glass. Like, oh, okay. I'm gonna just glue these things together, I guess. A copper nickel's not too bad to get because I think it's copper nickel. Yeah, copper nickel. It's literally just copper nickel. The two words smushed together. I think there's been areas with a fair bit of nickel around. There's not really any use for nickel outside of that in-game that I've discovered. Oak. Okay. Just seeing if there was any interesting trees. Oh, that's a wolf. Oh, that wolf ran away from us. Oh, that's a baby wolf. Okay, let's just go into the water. Well, I think technically wolves are faster than elk in the water, which is always terrifying. That's why I gotta make sure I can quickly access my armor. Otherwise, it'll like one-shot me. And I've had it happen, and it's just the worst. Because you can't outrun them, so they just keep biting you over and over. Ooh. I mean, I should. I'm going to become super cold because I'm in the water. But getting these cattails is going to prove very useful. I wish there was more ways of heating up in this game. I don't think there really is. I think if you eat hot food, it warms up your character. But I wish there was more ways of warming up a location. I think the only real way is using like a fire pit. There's no consistent way, which is a bit of a shame. I'd love to make central heating. Okay. So 20 of those, which means I can make 10 hills. Yeah, my temperature is getting low. We'll just carry on the way for now. I don't think seagrass does anything. What a weird noise. I guess it was trying to like speed while being soggy and slow. I can't access the inventory, which is a bit of a shame. I'll hold the torch. It'll help ever so slightly as it's -6. Actually, no, okay. I went down, not up. I noticed the temperature change. I was like, huh, did that go up? No. No, it's going down pretty quickly. Not super quickly, but it ain't slow. But yeah, I think when it gets down to 31 is when you start taking damage, but then you don't stop taking damage. What a weird area. But yeah, you don't stop taking damage until like 33, 34. Fluff, I shall be fluff. Ooh, floof. As we freeze. Do you know, having a balding head probably didn't help with the cold. Like, if I could remake my character, not being bald might keep them warm. So much floof. Okay, let's not have that in my hand. And just venture along. And then pray. I mean, you never know. Maybe we'll find an ebony tree. Unlikely. I have no idea where they spawn. I think when I looked, they can potentially just be anywhere. But I've only ever found them in warm biomes. I do, exactly. Got to be bundled in floof. It's the only way to not perish. Tiny fox. I think there is actual Arctic foxes as well. I might be wrong on that. Well, I'm 31 degrees. So I'm getting cold. But I can make heels. It's like, do I make heels or do I hide myself in here until I'm warm? I don't know where the next bit of land is, so we'll hide ourselves in here, I think. It's going to be a lot of... What was I just hear? I thought I heard a... Maybe I imagined that noise. I thought I heard a funky noise. I'm going to bundle up. I've got to build toasts. I might have just been the wind sound in the music. Where are we currently? We're at 6,000. We've gone 2,000 blocks. Not tons, but a little bit. Okay. We'll hole up in here. We're going to start taking damage in a second, which is a shame. Elk, stop. Stop freezing. Oh my god, I just found coal. Interesting. But yeah, as soon as you seal yourself away, the music changes. That's kind of weird. Okay, I didn't get low enough to take damage. Is there more? Is more coal? It's brown coal, so it's not crazy good, but it's not bad to have on me. Like, if I need to burn something, I can. I didn't hit that, did I? No, okay, good. Like, never gotta complain about randomly finding coal. It might lead to something. Probably won't lead to anything. I know brown coal's pretty common in the game though, which is kind of cool. Kind of nice. Though, I think because it doesn't burn hot enough for a lot of stuff, what you can do is you can end up refining it into coke. But I think that's a whole ordeal in and of itself. Whether it's even worth, I don't know. Unless you really want to do a little bit of everything, which I kind of feel like I want to at some point in this game. It feels like the kind of game where you're like, I'm going to do a little of everything. I don't like how spooky the music is. The music in this game gets like super spooky for how... I don't know. The game's not such a spooky game. But it kind of feels like it wants to be. Which I like. It also scares me. So I'm so glad just holding a torch doesn't ignite all of this. Because that would be terrifying. Like imagine just mining a bunch of coal while carrying an open flame. I have a feeling it wouldn't be the smartest idea. To my knowledge, it doesn't cause an issue. Although I think if I did try and ignite one of these blocks, it might set them all on fire. I read a story where someone set like a little bit of peat on fire and it burned an entire deposit. There's a lot of this stuff. Okay, that's not bad. And I'm slowly warming up as well. I didn't think this was going to be a full-on deposit, if I'm completely honest. I thought it was going to be a, you know, handful. Does mean if I make a fire pit, though, then I can keep it lit for a while. Half the reason me wanting to dig through this, though, was purely because I've noticed whenever you dig through, like, a resource, like quartz, like iron, copper, they typically lead to other resources. Same as in Minecraft, actually. Whether it's just random luck with generation or what, I have no idea. But it always feels like they tend to lead into each other. I think that's not going to happen here. I think it's just going to be tons of coal, honestly. Still, I mean, I'm going to take this. Because I think in order to turn coal into coke, it's the same as... or kind of the same as turning firewood into charcoal, I think. Although charcoal's still basically the best thing you can get. Like it's one of the hottest. I think coke and anthracite might be hotter. I think. Anthracite, which I've never seen. No, that only burns at 1,200, whereas I think charcoal burns 1,300? Yeah. That's hotter, and the only thing hotter than that is coke, which is 1,340, so slightly hotter. There's nothing that requires that temperature yet. Anything that does use like a bloomery or a cementation furnace, I think it is. And I call it a carburization furnace. I think the process is carburization. But it's a cementation. Cementation? I have no idea. A furnace of sorts. Furnace. Steel making. Cementation furnace, yes. Learning so much from games. But I almost got 3 stacks of this stuff. It's definitely going to come in handy. Part of me wants it to stop though. Those things are so much of a resource, but it's too much. My pockets are going to be all full. I'm not even going to be able to dig up all the rare resources. Like all the relics from wherever I'm going. I'm going to be all full of coal. God, there really is so much. Oh my... Stop. Stop it. I need not more. If it stops here. Okay, good. Like, it might not fully. There might be bits behind the walls, but I can't. I just can't carry it. Getting warm, though, which is good. Although... Oh, it's 9 a.m. Okay. But really, once I've had my fill, then I should move on. But there's so much. I'm gonna be a dwarf just digging for forever. Well, yeah, no, there's too much. I have far too much in my inventory. I'm just gonna mark as lots of brown coal. And then put it like that. So I know. Except I'm not gonna have it like... I'll make a... White? No, blue. Just so I can kind of see it on the map. Because yeah, I've got far too much and it just carries on going. Although I guess now that I've started digging, let's see what's in the area. I mean, there might be other reasons. There might like be a very low chance of there being coal. Because I've had that. Especially with like rare resources. It'd be like, no chance. Yeah, it's like very poor chance of lignite. And there's just tons. But honestly, there's nothing really of use in this area apart from the coal. Yeah, let's slowly calm our mind. In your pockets it goes. Well, we've already filled up this thing, although the quartz can all be thrown away. It's useful, but I don't really need it. And actually, we'll make the heels. Because they'll be useful. I mean, they're more use, like, you know, put together than not. Yeah, that's a lot of them, actually. I guess cattail, put the singular cattail there. So, I mean, if they're 2 each, that's 24 health. That's 32 health. That's, what? 46? All different. This is what started as a Minecraft mod and just became a little fancier, kind of. I honestly don't know how to describe it apart from just like a slightly more hardcore Minecraft. But yeah, no, it's been my addiction for far too long. It's kind of like I was going to say a weirdly eldritch horror kind of Minecraft, but I feel like it hasn't dived or like delved into that aspect enough. But it is still in development. It's still got a long ways to go. Meant to have like 8 chapters and we've only got 2 so far. And we're just trying to do a little bit more of the story. Although I have to travel so freaking far for the next part of the story. When I just wanted to live at home, just make a little house on a little island wherever I lived. Somewhere. I have no idea. On this little island, there we go. I was like, when I'm on it, it's like, oh, you're a pretty big island. I zoom out. Nope. Pretty small. Well, it's not tiny like these little barely any block islands. Okay. Where am I? Hopefully we run into some more land soon. Before I start freezing again. I do wonder if having the torch in my hand does help slow it down. Yeah, getting horses across water in Minecraft really is a pain. Although I can't remember if they can swim. I know they've made some changes recently. Although, no, I think they've made it so you can make saddles. And that might be it. Although from the looks of it, honestly, just using like the new Happy Ghast, or I don't know if it has another name apart from that. I've only ever really seen it as Happy Ghast. Looks like it might be a decent way to travel, although I think the speed's gonna still be kind of low. I haven't touched Minecraft in a while. I've been like keeping an eye on the updates, but that's about it. I'm excited. Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, because I think they've made it so, or like they've added in the parity. So now in Java you can lead or like leash things together. They've done some changes. I never really know. I get like I keep an eye on the updates, but not too much. I mostly just look around for the capes. I just like collecting them. Yeah, they big. Although most of the mobs are. Whereas we don't have too much in this game in terms of transport currently. I was kind of mentioning earlier, they've added in the sailboat, which is nice, but it's still very early development for it. Like, you can tell it's not where they'd want it to be. We've got the elk, which I'm currently riding. It just struts through the water. And then you've got the glider, which is really nice, but it's definitely not as like powerful as it is in Minecraft. Whether they add a way of being able to use it for actual flight, who knows? But it very much is, you jump off a cliff and you use it purely to not die when you hit the ground. Like, you can't use it for flying around, really. Unless you jump off really high up. In which case, then maybe you could. Oh god, I'm back to freezing so quickly. Ooh, tiny island. Although it doesn't look like it's got anything I'd want. Although I say that, I found a bunch of coal. Ooh. Yeah, again, I think purely because this started off as a mod for Minecraft. Admittedly, I don't know what that mod used to be like. I don't know when it started. It's definitely got like the same bones, but it's changed. It's definitely become its own thing, which I really love. I also love that it's pretty much got the chisel and bits mod just built into it. I haven't messed around with that too much, but knowing that it's there and knowing that I can just chisel out whatever I want, I'm like, ooh, I could make fancy designs if I had the skill. Whereas I'd probably end up just chiseling off random bits of blocks, being like, maybe, and then just leave them a mess. Although that is one of the things, is because you can add different materials like onto a block. So I could have like a block of wood, chisel out a letter, and then fill that letter in with metal. I'm like, oh, I'd want to get shiny cool metals like silvers and golds to essentially like inlay and build designs of. I'm like, oh, I do need to hoard materials. Fill up a vault with nothing but shiny metals I'd use for building. Oh, getting cold. I also like that there is quite a bit you can do for your character. So you've got like the 3 armor slots. Then you've got like clothing slots. Then you've got accessory slots. Oh god, I'm not going to run into land again, am I? Although we're actually not a million miles away from the Lazaret. This is why I really should just set up using that teleporter in a safe manner. Because it's not a great deal of distance, but it is still jumping about 4,000 blocks rather than walking. Which I can't complain. Because, yeah, where is it? It is. Yeah, it really is. Just 4,000. I've lost where it is. There it is. Almost. Actually, essentially 5,000, because that's minus 120 over here. Which is nuts. And then there probably is another teleporter nearby that would hopefully take me this way. I think it just randomly connects to another teleporter. Or randomly generates like joined to another teleporter. So it could take me this way. It could take me down. Could take me anywhere. Sorry, I'm looking at the... Because yeah, there's one... There's this one. But I can't remember how I get to this one. There's a couple that connect rather weird. We can get rid of that yellow. It's something. Oh, right. Because there's this one that leads to that one. That leads to this one. I think. I really should mark them out better. I almost wish that you could... Because you can put down like markers. I wish you could almost have like lines connecting the markers. Just to make it a little easier to see where you're going. There really is nothing around. Oh wait, no, I lied. There's land over here, which we may need to go to not freeze to death. What temperature? It's -9 again. 7th of December, kind of expected to be a little chilly. Might be a little too chilly. Yeah, I've been tempted to like delete my character and then just recreate one as a clothier. Oh, tailor. I keep wanting to say clothier. It's the clothier trait, but it's the tailor class. But just so I could worry about clothes. Because I haven't really used, I don't know. The clockmaker trait makes it much easier to repair teleporters. So it's a mix. And I think that's good. You know, it's meant to be a mix. I should probably just find, like, the traders that sell the sewing kit and just buy a bunch of those to repair my clothes. I don't make... they're like moon robe? Yeah, moon cloth robes. Which which sound weird and cultish. And I'm like, I would like that furniture trader. Okay. Long sleeve pearl moon robe. Is there hoods? Like for any of those? I know there are some hoods. Hooded cape. Yeah. Median musician hood. Alchemist hood. Ooh. Barber hood. Beekeeper. Blacksmith hood. Most of these I've never seen. I've only ever seen the beekeeper. Barber surgeon mask with hood. Would be really cool to find. Well, I know there is some clothing, which actually I thought wasn't in the game, but might be. Because you've got the Rotten King set. But I actually found a piece of the Rotten King set. So maybe it is in the game? That's the only awkward thing with this is the wiki is kind of very outdated. And I never know what to trust or not. Well, there was a little bit of land, but we'll just noodle on past that. We'll keep this island in mind. Slowly, like, make our way down to the Lazaret. See what we can find, and then just run across to one day find the village. I'm sort of wondering, because it mentions... Can I write in surgeon? I guess I could, but it's not really going to help too much. Barber surgeon. Yeah, I guess... Ooh, survivor. I guess it's just random stuff you can... Survival goods trade. Oh my god, you can just see the man. Huh. He shows up. Surgeon. I mean... Aqua vitae. Aquatic worms? Huh. Aquatic worms. Obtained material ceramic. What the hell does that even mean? And it burns? What does this mean? What is it? What is aquatic worms? What? I'm confused. Why are they ceramic? Why do they burn? I was gonna... Aqua vitae is what I was after. But actually, I guess that's not even... No, because it was the bandages. Alcohol soaked bandage, yeah. Sold by surgeon. But when I type in surgeon, like if I type in building material, yeah, he turns up. But if I type in surgeon, there isn't a surgeon character. Which has me confused. I mean, maybe it's something that he, like, it will be sold by the surgeon, like, when he exists. Let's go down. There's a trader over there. Maybe there's something more specific about him. I don't know. How's my health? I mean, 15.7. Yeah, and I've got a bunch of heals now, so I can tank for a little bit, but there's no point in just taking damage. Hopefully this caravan at least has a door, because then that would, I think, it counts. Even if the windows are trapdoors, I think it works. I was going to look into the cake oven. There isn't cake. Wait, yeah, which is a bit of a shame. There's pies. Coke is what coal. Coke is to coal what charcoal is to wood. Coke is produced by burning coal in an oxygenless environment, such as a coke oven. Coke oven is a multi-block structure made out of fire clay bricks or any type of refractory bricks. Although I guess you'd really want to use the fire clay because fire clay can't break, whereas the refractory ones can. Ah, you dick. Why don't you own a front door? What is with you guys not owning front doors? Agricultural supplier. You have fruits. A redwood seed. I mean, that's not super useful, but that's kind of cool. Just seeing what he's got. I mean, nothing I can sell to him. Nothing I'd really want to buy. The saguaro fruit would be kind of cool, but really it would be seeds I'd be after. You're an absolute weenie, though. I think he said he was agri or agricultural. I was hoping he'd have something. Well, I was hoping his caravan would actually be sealed, so I could warm up in it. We'll run along the coast, just seeing what we can spy. Well, I'm going to be taking damage because I'm cold, and now I can't see. Cold, blind, slowly dying. Whoops. Well, I was going to say, hopefully only slowly dying. Make sure there's no bears or anything. Kind of nice if I can run into any fancy ruins. It doesn't look like it. Actually, yeah, if we go up and over there, then maybe worry about... See, I don't know if aquatic worms are something you find in the water. Like, sounds like it would be, but I don't know. I mean, yeah, I haven't discovered any of this land, so it could look and be anything, essentially. And I don't know how the story structures generate. Like, I'm assuming they generate on world generation, regardless of whether you know of their existence or not. Which would technically mean that you could just find them purely from looking around. Ooh, what is that? Funky shapes? That might be like a destroyed church styled ruin, maybe. It's gonna be all covered in snow when I get there, so I'm gonna quickly save as purple ladder. I didn't know what that symbol was, actually. It just never looked like a ladder to me. Oh, that's slightly concerning. Server overloaded or crashed. Never good. Hopefully it gets better. Unless it's because I'm like having to load in and generate a bunch of terrain. I wouldn't have thought so. So if it crashes, we'll see what happens. But until it does, I will investigate. What is that? Spelt. I mean, it's not going to drop anything because I'm technically... Ooh, I was going to say I'm technically disconnected, but I'm not. I just realized, yeah, the issue with that is I'm going to suddenly take all that cold damage all at once. Which is slightly concerning. But luckily it wasn't that much. Not that I need spelt, but I'll grab it. I was worried. It's like, oh god, what if I suddenly take like 10 damage in terms of cold? Ooh. What do you drop? Cabbage seeds. And actually it dropped 3 flax fibers. 1 less than useful. Yeah, let me hold... Oh, I don't need to hold that out. Somewhere over here, I think? Yes. If I hold that in my offhand. See, I stopped breaking these at one point. Because I was like, oh, should I? Ooh, what did I pick up? Just granite stones. Who would put those in a jar? Who needs them in a jar? It's fine. There's not really anything to this ruin. I was hoping it was going to be slightly fancier. Some of them are really, really interesting. But this one, no. This entire island, kind of lame. But I'll still mark it out, just so I know. I don't know if there's anything around. Although, I could dig down. If I say I could, but that instantly became granite. Yep, no, maybe there's nothing under here. I was hoping there would be, but it just looks like nothing. Chill, andesite, yep. Okay. Well, I was hoping to find cool underground stuff. Because, yeah, sometimes they have stuff underneath, like, the dirt. But I need to go down anyway, because I'm dying from the cold. Oh, bony soil, let's go. Is actually somewhat useful, but still. Now I'm going to hide away in this very dark, dingy hole. Eat a little bit. And then swap those, because I don't know if the lantern warms you up. Or whether it's only the torch. And heal myself a smidgen. I used quite a few of those, but it did bring my health up, which is nice. Now I just need to warm myself up. Yeah, unfortunately it doesn't look like there is anything under this one. I don't know how far down they can, like, generate, though. Which is always the thing. I'm like, okay, should I really be digging into the stone for these? Or if it suddenly hits a stone layer, does that just mean nothing's generated underneath? And it looks like nothing generates underneath. Well, that's the outside world, which I didn't want. Goodbye. Okay. I need to warm up. And it's also 9 PM, so... Ah, I left my elk out there. He's got my bed on him. I'm slowly warming. I'll still go out into the cold because I want my bed. Elk, come back. You can chill out here. And I'll be taking that. Yoink. This is my home. This is my little temporary home. I mean, it's kind of nice to have cabbage, although I haven't really used cabbage too much. Oh, wait. Actually, cabbage. Can you? Yeah, you can make pickled cabbage. I was wondering whether you could. Ingredient for curdled milk portion. Oh, right, because you can put any pickled vegetable into cheese, I think. Oh, no, because, yeah, then that makes cottage cheese. Yeah, any pickled vegetable then turns that into curdled milk portion. Ingredient for cottage cheese. You make cottage cheese with curdled milk and salt, and then you get cottage cheese. And then I don't know what you do with cottage cheese. I think I read you've got to like separate it somehow. 10 liters of cottage cheese. Hells yeah. I do like there is like, strangely enough, different paths you can go with your food. I look at cheese. Because you've got cheddar cheese, blue cheese, raw cheese. You know, like before you ripen, after 336 hours of open storage, turns into cheddar cheese, which like there's no way it would really be worth it apart from just having cheese. And then that's fresh for 1.7 years. Then yeah, you can also make blue cheese, which seems to be, which lasts longer actually by default, and then it would probably change depending on how you store it. It's also sold, but yeah, so in order to make blue cheese, you need to put it in a cellar, but then that cellar needs to have open access to air, weirdly enough, and I don't really know how you'd go about doing that or how that would work. It'd be interesting. Am I finally warming up? Yeah, 33 degrees, so now I think I stopped taking damage from the cold. It's kind of weird like that. There we go. All healed up. Probably end up getting rid of... Yeah, I mean, I don't need andesite stones and granite stones. I just store them. No. No, not really. I mean, it's useful for tools or throwing at enemies. They do have that use. Same with sandstone, though. How much is that? 0.3. Not a whole lot. I'm going to try and wait till it's a little later, like 9 PM, which means 3 hours till midnight. And then it would be 4 hours into the morning, so 4 AM. But I feel the sun won't be up at that point. I can love bony soul. So many bones! And it does have some pretty cool loot. I mean, that's mostly how I've gotten my gold and silver. Oh, mostly the gold. I know I have mined some silver, but it's just random tiny % drop from bony soul. And I probably will take that before going, actually, because you can get gems from it, and the gems are usually traded for a lot of gears. As we can see, gears can be used for buying blue cheese, which I guess is something. I've lost like so much damage through frost, which actually really does make me wonder if they'll do more with that, because it marks how you've taken damage. I'm like, huh, could there potentially be elemental buffs and debuffs? I mean, they probably won't do anything like that. They haven't really gone into magic, but I'm kind of wondering if they will. Maybe not go full magic, but like cultish themes and stuff like that. I don't know. I do wonder where they're going to go. Because we've got access to steel. So we've got quite a high tier of metal. We technically have titanium, but titanium isn't used for anything yet. And you can't actually smelt titanium, even though a titanium block exists. But, oh, I guess any titanium or not. But there we go. So smelting temperature is 1,668. We cannot hit that temperature currently. Which means we can't make titanium ingots. I realize I just wrote in tit and nothing else, but Titanium ingot. No. Titanium bar? No. Huh. I thought the item existed at least. Maybe it doesn't. I honestly thought it is. That into that. Titanium ingot. Is it spelled different? Did I spell it wrong? I guess it just doesn't appear. But yeah, it's like technically the item itself kind of exists, but it also doesn't. Like it can't be obtained and it can't be changed into anything. I think it's the same with chrome. Actually. Chrome. Whoops, chromium. Yeah, you can get chromite, which can then be turned into a chromium ingot. This thing, though, 1,907 degrees Celsius. So you cannot hit that temperature. But it'd be kind of cool to have a bar of chrome. Well, I thought chrome was technically toxic. No, maybe I'm wrong. Actually, is chrome toxic? I thought there was something. Is chrome toxic? Some forms are toxic. Okay. Oh. I have to admit, I guess I've never really thought of chrome as like a metal, if that makes sense, or like a metal that you typically have in like a solid form. I've only ever thought of it as plating. Don't know why. I guess because typically whenever you see like chrome on anything, it's used for making something shiny rather than something being made out of a chrome. Maybe I'm just delusional. Maybe I want a bar of chrome now. Chrome price? Chromium spot price. How expensive is a bar of chrome? I have absolutely no idea. From the looks of it, maybe not too crazy. I'm not going to buy a bar of chrome. I shouldn't. I shouldn't. It'd be crazy. Just end up with like a weird metal ingot collection. Do I have the inventory for this? Yes, just. I shall yoink that, and then I shall throw these away, because honestly, a lot of these I just don't need. That spelt grain I can just, well, I was going to say I could just nom on, but I kind of don't need to right now. Get rid of that. Yeah. Let's go back to happy music, please. It's starting to get too spooky for me. This we can just chuck on the back of you. And I can put that away. And away we go. And now, I mean, how far along are we? 8,000 or 9,000 essentially. We just have 15,000 more blocks to go. Christ almighty, that really is nuts distance. I mean, it's kind of nice that you can go this far, and especially when going south or north, going that sort of distance just enables you to get into a whole new, not necessarily biome, I mean, definitely biomes. Oh, what's the word I'm thinking of? I feel like it starts with a T, but like whole different terrains. I don't know what I'm trying to think of a word, but I can't remember what the word is. But it is just like whole new temperature ranges and everything. It's great. Like if you go super fast, I think it's if you go 20,000 to like 30,000 blocks south of the default spawn point, then you'll like hit warm biomes because you get close to the equator, and there is like actual set equators. There are multiple in this game, which is real funky. And then yeah, I think if you go north, you probably have to go a certain amount north, but it would go like really cold, and then it would start to go like warm, because obviously world in game isn't round, so it has to have like multiple equators, so it sort of has temperature ranges that go up and down along the line, as if you were going around the world, but it just keeps generating more and more, to my knowledge. Okay, we're up to 9,000, and again, that's at 11,000. I'm kind of going that direction, although it didn't look like there was anything else we could gain from the Lazarette, and then we should go another 10 or another 14,000 from the Lazarette, because I think the Lazarette's at 11, yeah, to get to the village. Or just a village, actually. It's not the village, because this is the Lazaret. That's just a village. And then I'm wondering where it's going to send us. Because I can't remember if these are the places originally. Actually, does it come up as a note? No. No, I don't think so. I only have one of these pages. I have 6 of these. I honestly don't know if all the stuff's here or not. I love that you can do this. That you can make stuff movable and just drag it around. It just feels very intuitive. Like I don't need to currently, but I can. It's the same if I do that and like if I bring up the inventory behind it. Like by default the handbook appears in the center of the screen, but then no, maybe I'm stupid. I know sometimes. As if you're doing stuff, it'll like move itself to the side. But I guess maybe for right now, I'm just not sure what I was on about. Maybe I imagined the entire thing. Okay, so far it seems to be going well. Again, it's just a lot of walking around. And the worst part's going to be getting back. Because like technically I could die and that would take me back to my spawn point. Although I think I've only got like 1 or 2 more respawns at that before I go to default world spawn. But then my elk will be stuck here. And you can't teleport the elk. Like I think the bone flute only works up to like a range of 500 blocks or so. But it will teleport to you, but only within a small range. I can't use it to teleport from one end of the world to the other. Which is a bit of a pain. It means you have to keep an eye on it or not take it into too risky an area. Okay, we're not that far from the Lazaret at least, so we're making our way. And then yeah, honestly the biggest part is just this is half the distance we need to go just to get to our actual goal. Oh, and there's going to be stuff there that I want and I'm not going to be allowed to have. I have technically read like one of the things we need to do is, because I was looking and there was like a schematic. So the glider schematic is obviously for the glider. But there's a customized translocator schematic, which is an ingredient for this, which I actually hadn't looked into this because I didn't want to spoil myself. Rickety translocator. And I've heard this is to do with the story stuff. I need electrum for it and steel. Usually the like nails and strips. Oh wait, okay, maybe I don't need steel, copper, nickel, iron. Okay, maybe I just need high tier. So meteorite. I didn't even realize you can make copper and nickel like nails and strips. That's probably the easiest one. Luminal divergence manifold. Where on earth do I get that? I mean, I guess it's from the story. I've heard this is a story related translocator. Because when I was looking through, I was like, oh, you know, translocator. Can we make anything like that? And you've got like the static ones that we end up repairing. I was like, oh, you know, rickety translator. Can we use this to make our own teleporters? And apparently not. This is something story related to get somewhere. Which has me very much intrigued. But as I've just seen, it requires some very high level materials. I mean, the fact that it requires lead plate. I'm surprised things require lead plates. It's one of those materials that come out of like nowhere. Getting high amounts of lead has been a little tedious. It's not really something I've looked for too much. Lead plaque. I mean, would it be useful as a plaque? Like, lead's a soft metal. Dense, but soft. But interesting. Well, adding like, ooh. Well, I was going to say, suddenly like a lead inlay could be kind of cool. But it doesn't seem too corroded lead block riveted. Huh. Funky. Corroded. I mean, yeah, I guess it's just a thing you find? Huh. Real funky. Leaded glass, I've heard of. Leaded glass pane. Ebony. Well, I'm not sure why you'd need leaded glass. Well, maybe it's just for a fancy glass. Well, it made me wonder. It's like, why would you ever make a leaded glass anyway? Like, I know it's an old style of window, but I don't know what the lead does for that window, if that makes sense. And aged board. A bunch of aged stuff. Aged roofing corner. Getting aged wood is always very difficult because you can only find it. You can't grow like an aged wooden tree. And yeah, you can't, even if you like make the planks for an aged wooden bed, you can't make an aged wooden bed. I don't know why. Still haven't managed to get any of these treasure chests. They're all sold and they don't even carry that much. But I want them because they're fancy. Aged elevator platform? Oh, I think that's from the archives. Sorry. I just love the way the music does that. Like, it's just, oh, so good. Blackguard helm, damaged. Oh, aged. End of damaged. The forlorn stuff I still want to get all of. It's not actually great, but it does have this high damage tier resistance. So when damaged by a higher tier attack, loss of protection is only half as much, but it still makes it useful. I mostly just want it because it looks fancy. Slanted aged roofing. Yeah, the aged roofing does look kind of cool. I feel like could look really cool. Very aged debarked log. Very aged wood. The hell is very aged wood? I thought aged was as old as things got. Now I'm hearing there's even aged, even older. Sorry. This is what I actually really like. You can just open up the inventory and kind of just look through things. Fancy aged carved acacia log. Ooh. I don't know why I always think the song goes different there. Vintage beef. We have actually found some of this. You can't make it, but it's the only thing I found that heals and satiates you, which is kind of funky. I think we still have some in a chest. I've only ever found it once. Yeah, I want to wear all the forlorn stuff. They were the vanguard, fanatical defenders of the new faith. It requires gold and I don't have gold. That's literally the only reason I haven't been able to repair what bits I do have, is that I haven't found the gold to be able to. I am too resource poor. Okay, I just need to like carve through every bit of quartz I find for a little bit of gold. Is it Blackguard I'm thinking of? Black Bear. I know there is Blackguard armor. Yeah, because this one you repair. But I think you only repair with iron? No, it's damaged. You're broken to damaged, and then damaged goes to... Oh, God damn it. I know there's... Okay, I might as well just type in black... Oh, God, I've gone into so many menus. Oh, yeah, Blackguard helm. So, yeah, this is only made from iron. Which I think is technically still... Like, it's the same tier as Forlorn. But it obviously requires significantly less resources. I still kind of want to get a set. It's like not as cool, you know, it's not fanatical. But still pretty cool. Okay, what month even is it? Okay, it's still December, but I think it goes up to 12 days per month. I have also debated on changing that because I know you can change the amount of days per month. So like extending them out to the actual 30. I think could be good. Especially for growing crops, gives you more time to actually grow things. Although you can end up with a pretty bountiful harvest without too many issues. So that just looks a little funky. We're almost at the Lazaret. So we're almost at one story location. Then we just got a whole bunch more to go through. I'll get into that island. It's not going to help. Taking a little bit of cold damage. Yeah, 31 degrees. Frozen, essentially. But we'll just keep taking that little bit of frosty damage. I think it's the winter. Winter Sea. Ooh. Sold by Surgeon. Huh. The fuck is the Surgeon? But yeah, I like that you can put metals into snowballs. Wait, does it still only do 1 damage? Yeah, 1 blunt damage. But the the snowball itself does 0.001 when thrown. Yeah, it's a bit of a shame that you can't do like anything with snow yet. Thermal. Base return teleporter thermal diffusion port. Okay. A single-use teleporter that will bring you back to your returning point. But could you imagine using all these materials for a single-use teleporter? That's crazy. Base return. Fried base return teleporter. Base return teleporter. This almost looks like an item you'd hold and carry, whereas this one looks like some... I don't know. It feels like a ton of resources for something that's not really that worth it, though. At least in my opinion. Although maybe I'm misunderstanding it. Maybe it... Well, I was going to say maybe it means single use in that you use it and then it needs to be recharged, but I don't think it does. Most things that need recharging, it mentions needing recharging. Which I think is the only thing. Like, if there was a multi-use, just so like you go out on an adventure and you have a way of getting back, then maybe fucking cliffs, I swear to God. Actually, I want to quickly check. No, I don't think... I was thinking this might contain a meteorite, but I don't think it does. No. Okay. I'm still freezing and screaming about it. What is this? Mature flax. I'll grab a bit of that. And a bit... Well, that wasn't mature. That's just me being stupid. But now I have 5 of these. Ah, but I think I need 8. Oh well. A little bit of that always helps. He at least has flattened out here. I know, Rune. It's fucking cold. Also, we've spent the past 2 hours just kind of walking to the Lazaret, which is so far away, but we're making our way to the village. But how are you doing, Rune? You looking after yourself today? You having a nice time? Enjoying your Tuesday? Please tell me some of these are mature. Nope. Yes. Nice. We don't need the seed. I don't care for the seeds. We need 1 more and we can make fancy bandages that will do very little for us. Instantly thought I saw another one, but I did not. Yes, we're making our way to the next... Ooh, what is that? Carrot. We're making our way to the next story location because I'm intrigued to see what the village is. I say the village. It's just a village. I'm intrigued to see what it's like. The only problem is... Well, it's only -5 here. That's not awful. If I hold out a torch, maybe I'll warm up. Probably won't, but I might. Yeah, I have debated on becoming like a tailor just so I can make clothes for winter. Because it got cold. It gets super cold. And then we die. Which, you know, always a bit of a shame. Yeah, it doesn't look like I'm warming up. It probably needs to be, you know, positive for me to be getting warmer. I'm hoping the terrain here, 1, largely connects the 2 places. Like, there won't be too much ocean in between. But 2 is largely flat. As I was saying earlier, I'd love if it was just a flat land between the 2. But I kind of doubt that's true. Okay, baby steps. Baby steps. Because I keep breaking the ankles of my elk. And I need it not to die. We'll see how far I can get. There's a lot of andesite here. Like a big grey biome. Yeah, I really just need to find like teleporters under the ground. That's the main thing, is just finding like teleporters that would take us all the way. So an hour or 2 hour long trip takes 5 minutes. It's possible. Look at those. All spiky. Keeping an eye. I'm going to put that torch away. Yep, because oh my god, this is actually a really deep pond. Yeah. Well, the thing is, it gets so cold in most places that even with the best clothes, you'll still freeze. Actually, before I venture, we'll carry on going up. Because, I mean, at least It's only -1 here. That's somewhat tolerable. But yeah, it's like in our area, it gets down to like -20. I think the coldest we've seen today is -27. I think the maximum the clothes can heat you up is like 9 degrees. So it'll still be pretty damn frozen. I gotta make sure this torch doesn't go out. There we go. It's not helping, but makes me feel better. The fact that it's actually not that cold. Okay, -1 is cold, but like in clothing, -1's not the end of the world. I have been in -1 without too much issue. Oh, I almost thought, what a funky area. I almost thought it was a hot spring though, which would have been really cool to find. Yeah, I love that the music goes muted when you're under the water. I'm like, oh, so spicy goodness. I'm not too worried about the damage right now because we have a bunch of heals on us. I'm going to start running out of food relatively soon, which is an issue, but I'll have to live with that. What a weird, funky little path, though. Neat. Ooh, flax. Yeah. Either of these mature. You are. Perfect. Get rid of the seed. Because we have far too many flax seeds. We should end up with more and more and more. Okay. We're gonna dig into this little hill. Oh, quartz. Nice. Maybe we'll find some more silver. Because we did find a little bit earlier. And I was actually really happy we found a bit. I was like, oh, nice. But I don't think we'll get that lucky again. Okay, and then we'll seal this off. That we can heat up. Ever so slightly. Okay, the evil noises wasn't what I... Is there a cave here? It's meant to be directional. It's... Am I like right above a cave? It sounds like it. There's no way there's suddenly a bunch of enemies just spawned outside. I mean, if there is a cave, I'm intrigued. See, now I don't hear them as much. I heard them higher up, which kind of doesn't make too much sense. Yeah, now I'm not hearing the enemies, but I've gone deeper down, so you'd expect to hear them. I'm confused. Where are these enemies? They sound like they're over there. Are they just outside? I mean, maybe, but... Or is the cave just through here? Sounding very close over here. What is down here? Where is down here? I stop dying, please. Quickly patch ourselves up. There we go. Just so we're not at risk. I mean, we're not wearing our armor right now, so if something does attack us, we've got to be real scared. Okay. I'm confused where these enemies are meant to be. Are they here? Like, there are a bunch of enemies on the surface? No, there wasn't anything in that quartz. Now I want to check outside. Oh god, there is a bunch of enemies outside. I didn't think there would be. Okay, we're going to warm ourselves up in here. Everything's gonna be okay. We'll patch ourselves up. It caught me off guard. Because I didn't think like, oh, I wouldn't have just stopped and there instantly would have been enemies here. But I guess I was wrong. Oh, there's a trader here. I'll just mark him as trader because we don't know what he does. I'm gonna lie, that caught me off guard though. Oh, my bed's on the elk and the elk's outside and now there's enemies around. Okay, but we're slowly warming up. Ever so slowly. The problem is it's not that late. Well, 6 p.m. Yeah, but it's not that late. We need it to be like 10 p.m. before it's really useful. Sorry, I'm stretching. I mean, I might as well just eat these grains. Eat the flax grain first because that's the most useless. Yeah, we're like really running out of food. Well, kind of. We have a bunch of... No, we have a lot of food. What am I on about? And we can put... Whoops, I'm stupid. Put these here. Then we get this and turn it into actual bandages. And then, honestly, the flax fibers we can just throw away. Well, I was hoping I could have that dirt, but I guess not. I can have you, though. Yeet. Oh, I missed. Yeet. The dirt's gone away, but I can't throw you away. That upsets me. Oh, well. I'll throw it out when we get to the surface. I didn't keep that... Okay. I think something just walked on some gravel and the gravel fell down. That's freaky. Real freaky. I'm surprised I'm not going insane. Okay, we're currently at 12,500. We have to go... Oh, wow, it's north, actually. We have to go to 25,000. And that's minus 4,000. That's minus 2,000. Yes, we've got to go north 2,000 blocks. Which isn't a ton of distance, actually. But then we've got to go, like, 13,000 blocks east. We've got a long adventure ahead of us. And that is why I'm chugging energy drinks. To keep me all energized for this. Problem is, well, actually, I wonder. It's not going to spawn in here, is it? It'd be kind of funky if it did. Elk. I need... You dicks. Why is there so many of them? Oh, my elk's gone. It ran away because it got damaged. Ow, you guys really need to stop. Okay, what the... Oh, I can't because there's a creature there. Okay, I gotta do that. I need you guys to stop beating me up real quick because that hurts. Actually, let me take that off. We'll use the bandage because bandages are better when you're not wearing anything. And then we'll put the armor on. There's so many enemies out. We might have to just like physically wait out the night, which is going to be painful. I mean, what's our temperature at? It's not bad. Current rift activity, only medium. I feel like I've been lied to. Okay. Instead, we're going to go jingle, jingle, jingle. Get on the elk and run. Put the torch away. Oh, elk, why? I needed you to surface. You'll drown under there. There we go. I don't know why sometimes it just doesn't surface. Okay, let's go. Let's noodle away. We'll just venture off into the night. That's fine. I'll eat some meat because I can. My cured meats. Well, I don't think I actually needed to eat the second one, but I did anyway. We'll just throw our trash straight into the ocean. Don't need all these stones. Found a lot of coal. We'll keep the rest of the things we have. What's that bunny soil? Which I might need to throw away at some point, but we'll wait and see. Get rid of that as well. Really clean up the inventory. I instantly picked that flax back up. Flax, why? How are you the only item that returns to me? Goodbye. So I think it's because it floats. Everything else sinks. But flax was floating. Okay, now this is as far as I've ever been, like eastward. I actually don't ever remember going down here. Now the rest is, well, hoping that I find land that isn't too inhospitable. What's the temperature currently? -10, that's not the best. I don't know if it's better, like, in hand or off hand, you know? So, now that I'm no longer being attacked, we can take the armors off, because that way I won't get as hungry as quickly. Which is always good. I don't think the armor adds to, like, thermal stuff at all, so I don't need to worry in that regard. Okay, it's a cloud there. I can't quite see it. There's just like a black shape there. I think it's a cloud because there's no land there at least. I'm also just lucky there hasn't been like any temporal storms. Gained 3 HP through heal. Lost 2.5 HP by drift. I got hit by like a lot of them very quickly, which made me super scared. I was like, oh no, about to die. See, it's meant to be if you hit something with the torch. No, maybe I'm stupid. I'm stupid. Okay. I thought if you hit something with the torch, I think it has a chance of setting the enemy on fire. I think when I first saw the torch, I was like, oh, burn temperature or burn duration. I was thinking was like how long you burn an enemy for. But it's not. I think they should have more weapons like that though, like more weapons that can have effects on enemies, like burning. I think that'd be super cool. Just so you could use fire as an active component in your arsenal. Because there is a bunch of grenades. Grenade? Grenade? How do you spell? Oh, it's. I mean, you've got Beanade. I thought it was another one. Clinker. Clinkers are bricks that have been overcooked. Their surfaces vitrified like glass and are not very good for building. One must use more of them to get a neat result. Ah. Uses only the least warped clinkers and so is less efficient. Okay, large clinker bricks. Rough clinker bricks. Uses even the most warped bricks for a more efficient but less neat result. Ah. I've never even... I don't even know if that actually exists. Stingy fun for the whole family. Yeah, I wonder how useful bee-nades could be. Bee-nades contain only worker bees, so they cannot be used to populate a skep. Snownade? Huh? You can put a bee-nade into a snowball. Open after 3 hours of open storage melts into a bee-nade. Why would you do that? 3% melted. Huh. Oh, it just changes the percent whenever I like hover over it. That's weird. But okay, so you have those. And they, yeah, because you've got bombs. Which is scrap bomb. This bomb is particularly effective for damaging creatures. The problem with the bombs is they're not like an item you light then throw. They're an item you put down. From my knowledge, they're an item you put down, light, then it explodes. Which really sort of limits how useful they can be. Because I think I was reading someone wanted to see if you could use like how many scrap bombs it would take to kill the boss, but the problem is you can't place them or use them, so you can't actually do it. Also, Jesus, nails and strips or metal scraps. Metal scraps are significantly easier. Well, actually no, I guess I guess technically the like nails and strips are easier to get, but I feel like 2 metal scraps for 8 bombs is a little better. Blasting powder, made out of powdered sulfur plus saltpeter plus coal. So you get 6 from that. Then you need 4 for the blasting powder. And then powdered iron oxide, which is created by grinding crushed iron. Okay. I feel like while the bombs are a nice idea, they're not quite effective enough to use. Jesus, it's nothing but fucking ocean over here. I mean, if it's entirely ocean, it's not the worst for getting there, because it means, you know, just casual, nice, gentle ride over there. But if it is just ocean, it also means that it's slower. Now, I don't think there's a way of getting... Actually, I think... I think you can get to the Lazarette entirely by boat. Or you can get a boat here. Yeah, because you go underneath. And you go under all of this. And you can take a boat all the way here. I probably will be frozen. But yeah, I think if you can get a path through this area, you might honestly be able to get a boat all the way to village. Which could be really interesting. Honestly, it would take hours just trying to get to me. We spend like hours just slowly getting from person to person. Oh, land. Tiny bit of land. Ooh, funky bit of land. Okay, so that's 14,000. We've got 10,000 more blocks to go. We are significantly faster on land, though, so if we're lucky, it's going to be a bunch of flat land, but I'm not holding out hope. We're also going to start taking damage soon, which is cringe. I hope we find a hot spring. I've only found 2 ever. Like, we've got the hot spring over by our house. Honestly, I shouldn't move the map around too much. It causes lag. Like, loading in more of the map causes lag. But we've got, like, the hot spring by our original home. And then there's a hot spring far to the south. I think that's a trader up there. Yep. We'll head to that trader. Because I want to see if his little place is closed. Ooh. Oh, is your armor all damaged? Because that's the chain armor that's in the little thing. Yeah, you can always repair it though. You've got to remember armor never fully breaks in this game, which is rather nice. Although I have considered potentially... Ooh, let's trade that up. Potentially making a set of steel armor. Or set of steel chainmail. Because then there'll be nothing better than that. Yeah, I think for the chainmail, all you need to do is make chains. Like iron chains, which aren't too bad. Oh my god, what is with all of these guys not having front doors? What is wrong with you? You actual blue-cheesed madman. You don't have any fancy seeds either. You got parsnips. I mean, parsnips are cool. But why don't you have a front door? Why do none of these guys have front doors? Ludicrous. Oh god, enemies. Okay, we'll just keep noodling by. It's fine, it's fine. This is why we made a bunch... Ooh, quartz. This is why we made a bunch of heals. Even though it's minus 21 degrees Celsius. That is rather frosty. Okay, there's more land right there. I'm stupid. I accidentally hit Q instead of W. Give me back my lantern, please. Okay, we'll go on to this land. So there's not another trader nearby, but that's fine for now. But yeah, if I type in chain... I mean, it's done the same for any. But yeah, chainmail. So when it gets damaged, I think it requires leather and then chain. And then, yeah, it just repairs over time. I think... Is it the same for iron? I feel like... Okay, chain. Where is it? Chain, iron. Yeah, it's just a bit of leather plus a chain. It doesn't fully repair it, but it does, like, repair it. Sold by Black Rip. What does it mean sold by blacksmith? We haven't met blacksmith. We haven't met surgeon. Who are these people? I'm wondering if village has people. Oh god, there's enemies. Oh god, there's a lot of enemies around. Oh god, there's a Bowtorn. You can piss right off. I had to stop because I wasn't sure how far that hill went. Bowtorn are disgusting. Oh, there's a lot of quartz here. That's fine. We'll just carry on going. Well, actually, there's a lot of quartz. No, we'll carry on going. I'm like, Oh, there's even more quartz. Problem is, it's too dark. I can't see shit. Which means I'm going to run into enemies, and those enemies are going to hurt. I currently don't have armor on. Oh, I'm drowning. Oh god, there's too much land. I'm cold. Going to be shot by enemies. Actually, just in case, I'm going to put on armor. I hear chickens. They might also hurt. You never know. Whoa. That's just cracked andesite. Okay, it looked like it had a material in it. But no. Okay, there's like funky bits of land. It's some real knobbly terrain, you know? Is that a portal? That is a portal right there. I'm at least armored up. So I shouldn't die. But yeah, mostly we just need to dig up more iron so that we can actually make more things. Because while we have a bit of iron, we don't have a lot. Like, you burn through materials really quick. Okay, there's like a bit of land. And I'm almost within big map range. Kind of. Ish. I mean, we're still at 14,000. Almost 15,000. I just want to see what's over there. Honestly, let me eat this. Oh no, my food's starting to spoil. Has it really been... Yeah, it's been like 3 in-game days of traveling. Hence why food's starting to spoil. Which isn't great. That's why we've got the meats. And all the other, like, actual grains. But yeah, weapons permanently break. But, armor doesn't. Which is nice. Although it's kind of an issue because you've got the Forlorn S-Stock. Ooh, Forlorn Hope Sash. But, where is it? I want to get all the Forlorn stuff if possible. Yeah, you got the Forlorn Hope S-Stock, which is a weapon you have to trade for. But you can't repair it. So it's like, I kind of like it, but I can't do anything with it because it'll break. Which is a bit of a shame. I'm still freezing, which is also a shame. So kind of hoping day would turn up, but it takes, you know, it takes time for time. Oh, it's still too far away. We're getting there, but it's so slow. So I do hope they really like buff the sailboat so that one, it works like the elk, so I can just press W and it just goes and does its own thing. But also because we can see like the winds behind me. If I was going eastward, am I going backwards? I am. I don't know how or why that happened. But yeah, like because the wind's behind me, if I was in the sailboat, I'd like it if it made it like super speed. Maybe not super speed, but you know, speedier. I think would be cool. 148. 168% speed of hunger. Just needing to devour. No, I mean, I'm just cold at this stage. I can't really do anything about it. It's okay, though. It's okay. 1,500. I mean, once we get... I was going to say, once we get to 20,000, it's not too bad. 20,000 is still bloody miles away. So I was just looking. I was like, okay, if I zoom in 1 tier, is 20,000 within the range? And no. No, it is not. But we will get there. There's only so far away it could be. I am wondering where the next area is going to be, though. Because I think I read there were 4 locations to go to. And if it just keeps going east, I could end up like really, 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 really far away. And I don't want to. Like, go south or something. Or, you know, go back. Go west. Probably won't, though. I have a feeling it won't. So we're going to have to, like, travel for the story. And then probably never come this way again. Because it's... I mean, it's not a warm biome. And I only ever seem to come here when it's cold. I want to be down in the tropics. I want to have it so that it gets to -1 at the coldest, but like 40 degrees at the hottest. Because I know... is it rice? No, I think it's a different one. But like rice goes heat resistant to 46. And then is it soybean? No, maybe not. Heat resistant to 40 cassava? I know it's one of those. It's like heat resistant to 44. I swear there's another one. Maybe I should type in seed. There's like one that's... I haven't even seen a pumpkin. At all. It's not soybean. Is it pineapple? Yeah, heat resistant to 48. I don't even know if... Like, I haven't seen temperatures. Peanuts. Peanuts aren't too bad as well. But I haven't seen temperatures get that hot. Bell peppers. Only 34. Okay. Actually, what can you do with bell peppers? I forget they exist in this game. Bell, bell head, bell rack, bell parts, bell spine, bell pepper. You can pickle it. You can have pickled peppers. Nice. Doodle, 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 doodle. Oh, a little island. Maybe it will be slightly safe. It won't. Although what I will do is I'll take my armor off to heal up. I would like at one point to be able to like get access to all the fruits and vegetables, but the big issue is finding them. I don't think most are tradable. 20% spoiled. No! It's gonna be all useless and rotten. Still contains 606 saturation. Which actually isn't bad. Again, the porridge is just crazy good. But I am going to be freezing to death. Which is, it's just inconvenient, really. Also, the fact that I can't see is also inconvenient. I'm about to go into a bunch of terrain. I was going to stop here to warm up. But because the... one, because it's dark, but also two, because it's still saying the temporal instability or the rift activity even is medium. I'm like, maybe not. Okay. We're up to 16,000. Well, almost 16,000's here. We're not that far from it. I guess the next bit of land I'll warm up at. Hopefully. Well, it's -20 C, so... Oh, -19. It's warming up slowly. That's not bad at all. Not great, but it's not bad. But we need a bit of land. I keep seeing like the ocean get this brighter color, which I think means like it's overall warmer temperature. But at least in terms of going west and east, you never really get that much warmer. But okay, 9th of December. Again, I think there's 12 days per month currently. And I might set that up to like 30 days. Is that land? Do I see land? Is there something over there? Am I crazy? Oh, I'm crazy. Could have been the end of the edge of the world, but no. Nothing. Maybe I might set up so we have like actual full months for the year. Because it feels like the year can very, very quickly zoom by. Especially as you're having to like snooze when it gets dark. I mean, you don't have to, but sometimes you do. I might see if I can change, because then there's a command for it. Oh, down to 11C. Warming up quickly. Sun's coming up somewhere. That's the moon, but that might be the sun. I don't know. I'm confused. Which is which now? Are they going to pass each other? Are we going to have a solar eclipse? No, it happens in game. Which I do think is really cool. Although I kind of wish like more happened when there was an eclipse, but I don't know if it's actually programmed to be a thing or if it's a happy coincidence, you know? But I do like when it does happen. It feels somewhat frequent, but also kind of not. Maybe it's just, I mean, I've spent, what, almost 5 years in this game. So maybe I've just been like, maybe it only happens like once or twice a year. And just because I've gone through the years, I'm like, okay, you know, it's happening a bit. Oh, -9. Okay, it's starting to get warmer. I mean, -9 for 6 a.m. We might be able to get to some warm temperatures. Where are we currently at? 16,500. Still not great, but starting to get in the range. The only issue is there's still no land. But don't get me wrong, I like the ocean. But I like being fast. Okay, let's heal up. Nice. I don't have any more bandages, but I do have 16 more heals. As long as I don't actually get damaged, I should be fine. Anything I can do with coal? Yeah, you can make I mean, glue at one point I actually do want to make, because there's some cool things I want to get. Yeah, apart from, I thought I heard a noise and then I realized that was my stomach in real life. Whoops. The beehive kiln I need to look into. What? Beehive in birch tree? See, this I haven't seen. I don't know if this is a new thing. I don't think beehives are like that yet. Beehive kiln though. This I think will be kind of useful. The volume of the kiln is 3 by 3 by 3. The floor of this space must be composed of 9 refractory gratings. But yeah, it's like a, rather than making the pit kiln, you can make a reusable kiln. Similar to the cementation furnace, the beehive kiln requires a door. The kiln door. Which I think, I don't know why you wouldn't make it out of fire brick. Because then it would last longer. Requires a blueprint of ghost blocks. Oh, and a blueprint. Okay. The kiln has 3 required types of blocks. Refractory gratings, and iron hatch doors. So yeah, you can make like different coloured blocks, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, that requires refractory stuff. And honestly, look at the refractory stuff. 90% of the time, sorry, I wasn't meant to be typing. Although, I still want to get into the collecting of like all the butterflies and stuff. I think that could be cool. But I keep opening that when I mean to open the map. But yeah, for the refractory stuff, it's basically like 90%, 95%, 99.999% in how resistant it is to heat. And just getting the tier 3 stuff seems the smartest. It's a pain in the ass to do because it requires titanium. But then you never basically have to replace it. So seems kind of like the best idea there. I'm surprised I still have not run into any land. And I'm almost at 17,000. Still dying, which is, you know, just an inconvenience all around. 400. And not quite full, but close. Well, less close than I thought it would be, actually. Still, that cleans up inventory, which is nice. Spelt I don't need. Well, I picked those straight back up, so I guess I do. I got the meats, which we'll eat like, well, I was going to say eat 2 meats, but no, we'll only eat the 1. And even that's actually overdoing it. Do. As I sung. Yeah, definitely when I find the next bit of land, I'll warm myself up. But Christ almighty, it is difficult finding land. I'm getting so close to being able to see myself. Slowly. This is why I was hesitant to do Vintage Story on stream, because like it's nice. It's a relaxing chill time. You get to enjoy the snow, the occasional honking as I die. Just a nice sort of relaxing time. But I would like to get something achieved, you know? Something eventually. It just requires me actually getting to where I need to. So we shall wait and see. We'll wait and see if I can even get that far right now. I do enjoy the music. Yeah, I guess because they have teleports, they don't really need to add in like a faster mode of transport. And to be fair, the elk is a very fast mode of transport in a weird way. And yeah, I guess we've got land, which is elk. We've got sea, which is boat. And then we kind of have air, which is the glider. I feel like we can only get more technologically advanced, and I wonder kind of how they're going to do that. Because I don't think we'd go full industrial era and have like trains and whoa. I don't know. I don't know whether like that would go with the theme of the game, really. If they keep making like all the story stuff really far away, and I guess they do it so that it kind of spawns in and you don't accidentally run into it. But if it does keep getting further and further away, then you're kind of going to need a way of crossing these vast distances. And the only way to really do that is either slowly, like I'm doing, or it is setting up a bunch of teleporters, or finding a bunch of teleporters that are all close enough together that you can travel the distance. Maybe I just need to spend more time doing that to really make it like worth. We're going to that bit of land. This one random island in the sea. That's where we're going. That is salvation. Because I'm also, yeah, I end up losing hunger quite quickly because I'm dying. Which, you know, inconvenient. What's the temperature? -11, still cold. All frozen. But what are we at? Pretty much 17,000 and a half. I do like seeing all the terrain underneath. But I do wonder what, like, spawns under there, you know? Oh, tiny bit of land. Although usually whenever I found those, it means there's like salt or something underneath, which is kind of cool. Let's go to the big bit of land. Means I'm going to die slightly more, but I can live with that. Sort of. Well, that does look steep. But then we can sort of run along here and it'll be quick. Quicker than swimming, at least. So what I could have done is I could have just put the elk on the boat and then brought the boat. Although the issue is I have to hold down a button to move the boat. Which doesn't sound like a lot, but if I'm holding a button down for like 3 hours, it's got its own form of exhaustion. Also, Arctic fox, I think. Or maybe that was just a white bunny. Actually, I think there is an Arctic fox in the game. Oh! Mooses. It's going to attack me, isn't it? I have a feeling it's going to see me and want to attack me because that's all they do. Oh my... Oh. Oh, I see. I mean, I kind of had a feeling it would happen me. That thing sped out of nowhere at me. Oh. I shouldn't have risked it. That was a risky thing to do. I am so far away. So far away. Fucking moose. I did not think that would kill me. You can see it's lagging as it's having to load everything back. Well, you know, at least we've... Oh, I just wanted to visit the village. Was that too much to ask? I mean, there's no way we can get there in time. I mean, it's taken almost 3 hours to get there. So we might have to leave it off there for today, and I'm going to have to like walk back on my own just to find my elk, honestly, because it's showing my elk is here, but it's just weirdly bugged out. Like my elk isn't here. Nothing is here. It is all pain. But okay. I was hoping today would have gone slightly better, but you know, it was a chill time right until it wasn't. And that's about all I can say about it. So we'll leave it off there for today. I got just destroyed by a moose. Wait, how much did that do to me? It done 12 damage in one hit. I was not expecting it to do that much. Why does a moose do 12 damage? Why did it attack me? I was on my own elk, like running away. That's the thing. I do feel the the general enemy, not even enemies, general creatures can be a little too aggressive sometimes. Like wolves and bears will hunt you down and you won't even be close to them. Same with the moose. The moose really do hunt you down. So we'll leave it off there. Thank you everyone for coming out today. I'm going to try and like be somewhat consistent with streams. It's just depending on what game I play, really. But I do want to try and be around a bit this week. Although I got to hang out with others. I got to spend some time with people, so I won't always be able to stream. And, you know, maybe we'll do like shorter streams, just depending on how much energy I've got. But thank you everyone for coming out. I'm trying to be more active on Blue Sky, so you can check me out there if I can get my profile up. So I click my name and it's like, no. So feel free to check me out on Blue Sky if you have it. I'm going to try and post there a lot more often, but, you know, it's only with what I can come up with. Check me out also on YouTube. I'm getting much more active on YouTube with just basically posting or uploading the stuff from Twitch straight to YouTube because it now does it publicly. I was like, okay, I might as well just go with it. And also with the whole clips, because Twitch now has, I mean, it's not super new, but it's somewhat new, is that Twitch has its own like little editing thing to make shorts and everything, to make like that I can't remember, it's 4:3 or something, like the vertical format, so you can do that as well. So I've been trying to use that a little more. But that's it from me. Hopefully everyone's had a wonderful time. I'm just gonna leave it off here and end off today. We'll probably be back with some more Elden Ring throughout the week because we're getting close-ish to the end of the base game. We still have all the DLC to get into, and I'm basically debating whether I get right up to the end of the main game and then do the DLC, or whether I get annoyed and go do the DLC and, well, try and even get into it. I've got to kill Moog for that. We also do need to finish off, I think, start and finish Chapter 4 of Metal Gear. That's it from me. Have a wonderful time, and I shall see you all next time. Bye-bye.